You know, it's the FA Cup. As we go on about it. I've loved the FA Cup since I was a boy, since I can remember. I love the FA Cup as a competition, and this is what the FA Cup does, Matt. It's romantic, but it's also, of course, a financial boost as well. So we've got both sides of the coin: the romance of the cup, but also the financial kind of benefits accruing from it. And look, seeing them all in this huddle now, and a penny for their thoughts, perhaps what they're saying down there, Matt.
Wonderful moments for these players that will never forget this game. Whatever happens, it's BBC Radio Kent Sports Hub. We follow Maidstone week in, week out. Absolute honour to be with them here at Portman Road. Full commentary, all radio frequencies, BBC Radio Kent DAB, BBC Sounds right now. We know they're on the telly as well, but stay with us. We follow them all the way through this. We'll follow them afterwards as well. This is their moment, literally in the sun at the Portman Road right now. And I suppose, Matt, early on, what George Elokobi would say, what those fans will be hopeful is they hold early on. Perhaps the first 15-20 minutes they get a chance to settle.
Absolutely, that is the word. Settle down, get into the groove of the game, Matt. Do your jobs right, understand your jobs, just do them. Don't do anything flash, don't get overawed by the situation, don't try and impress because there's a bigger audience. Just do your basics, do your essentials, do what you do in training, do what you do in those National South League games. Yes, the standard is going to be higher, but stick to what you know, and that's all they can do, Matt. They don't want to deviate from the game plan.
We're about to get underway. Anthony Taylor, who's refereed one or two high quality and high stakes games, absolutely showing the respect for this occasion. We are off. Twanzebe launches it deep for Ipswich, headed away. You heard the cheers there as George Fowler, former Ipswich Academy player, heads the ball away. Those Maidstone fans loving it in that far corner. Ball floated forward by Edmondson towards Hutchinson, the loanee from Chelsea, getting well forward. It's George Fowler once again. Often takes the captain's armband when Gavin Hoyt's he's in and out of the side. I won't say at a fine old age, but certainly George Elokobi rotates his squad. Ipswich trying to put their passes together now, and this is where Maidstone are going to have to be really close. Their markers. Don Ball comes over halfway, signed from QPR, ostensibly as a central midfield player, but can play along the back four as well. And starts at right back here, out towards Amari Hutchinson, who has fantastic feet, as does Jeremy Sarmiento, the Brighton loanee, on the other side. It'll reach Cameron Humphreys instead, wide left. He also can play in central midfield, but in this Kieran McKenna system, they like his mobility as a backup for perhaps player of the year Leif Davis on the left-hand side. Maidstone sticking to their task though. Reynolds goes over to the right, Sol goes over to the right to shadow and see what Humphreys is about, not to let them get any gaps, and forming up behind the ball at the moment. They know they have a lot of work, Matt, to do, but
yeah, they do.
Off the ball here.
This is a pattern I think we can see a lot of, Matt, and Maidstone already. Ipswich are just almost toying with them in his first couple of minutes as they come forward now. Twanzebe
to Aluko to Hutchinson, takes on Kipriano, gets a foot in. Harry Kipriano, good tackle, slows them down for a second. Morsey, their captain, Egyptian international, right hand side, ball swung in by Hutchinson toward the far side. It's there, Sarmiento bounces off two players. It's actually a goal kick. I think it was Humphreys, I beg your pardon, at the far side, and Broadhead stealing just inside. It came off Nathan Broadhead, who's playing as striker for Ipswich today, and off for a goal kick.
Great ball in, Matt, by was it Morsey played the ball in? Really terrific ball in that was, and causing all sorts of problems. And Maidstone very nearly getting caught out, but this is where Sam Corn and Gavin Hoyt need to say, come on, this is okay, let's get a bit of possession, let's just get a feel for the ball, because they did a bit of ball watching then.
Lucas Coverland launches it long up towards new signing Manny Duku, his full debut for Maidstone today, having played earlier in the season for a side in Gibraltar. Is Hutchinson back to Ball for Ipswich. I will go through those two sides in just a second. I just can't keep my eyes off the pitch at the moment. And here it is. They are indeed. Humphreys on the left hand side, just hugging that touchline. Here's Sarmiento. Out goes Fowler. been drawn out from his central defensive position. Curling ball into the area, Broadhead chests it down towards Taylor, who's deep the midfielder. Morsey feints to shoot, Aluko's there, now to Hutchinson, low ball, away, this time from Sam Corn doing his defensive duties. Lamar Reynolds tries to flick it past his man, don't think there's much in that, he goes to ground, but Dominic Ball, here are boos from the Maidstone United fans, hoping for a decision their way, but as we probably expected, it's all Ipswich so far, and it's very much possession football.
Yeah, and the golfing quality at the moment, Matt, is very, very apparent. But Maidstone just need to. It won't stay like this, I don't think, the whole game. Maidstone just need to get a foot on it. Some of their ball players like Sam Corn, Barclay Agupong need to get on it.
We've had 3.5 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Kent Sports Hub. It's Ipswich Town 0, Maidstone United 0. Ipswich very patiently playing the ball around, looking for a way through. The ball floated up towards Broadhead, playing as centre forward. Second ball's won by Sam Corn, does well to volley that away. Running back is George Edmondson. A big signing in League One, it was one of their biggest signings. Paul Cook, I think, in League One, has actually had to find his way back into the side now. Bought off Rangers for £750,000. Maidstone then with Coverland in goal. It's Hoyt, Fowler, Apaya and Cipriano across the back four, but they're coming forward here. Sarmiento with a snapshot off the inside of the post. Hutchinson follows up, drives it, Coverland saves, and it's away. Well, those are the margins. Jeremy Sarmiento getting free, snapshot, it's the inside of the post, and Hutchinson had to go for it first time, the Ipswich winger. Coverland saves.
Good save by Coverland, actually, getting down well, but as you say, an indication of the quality that Ipswich have got, Matt. That was a brilliant bit of play, and this is worrying signs for Maidstone, his early minutes. Yeah,
regained his feet there, Coverland, to get behind it, but it's all Ipswich at the moment. Maidstone have not been in the Ipswich half with possession of the football. Sam Morsey, deep line midfield player here, out towards Humphreys, who's just hugging the left-hand touchline. Taylor, Sarmiento back heels, Humphreys curls the ball into the area, Broadhead's there, good work from Apaya to get it off him, and Sam Corn is there away to hack away. But now back to Hutchinson. It's relentless pressure at the moment from the Championship side, as perhaps we'd expect. Maidstone, can they just stay in this? George Edakobi waving to his players in the technical area, away from Gavin Hoyt, or by Gavin Hoyt, to Liam Sol. What's the out ball? Trying to find Dooku. Morsey gets in his way, but they win a throw.
But the movement...
Big cheers there from the Maidstone fans.
The movement is at a different level, Matt. And the way the players see the pass is so superior to the football they're used to. And I'm watching Ipswich, and their movement, their fluidity as a team is just something that most of these players will never have encountered before, Matt. And I tell you what, they've got to get to grips with it pretty quickly.
Back to Lucas Coverland. I haven't had a chance to go through the two sides, but you'll have heard about a lot of the players so far do it when the ball eventually goes dead. But Sam Bone, that's one of the things he said, the Maidstone midfield player, about the difference in class between the teams they played from Barrow to Stevenage. He said during the Stevenage game, got ball in space, saw Cipriano to his left, for instance, and was thinking, OK, we've got space here to work it, immediately closed down. He said these boys were different level.
Yeah,
they'll find this even harder today.
Yeah.
And but they are hanging on at the moment.
It's the decision making of the Ipswich Town players. They all seem to make the right decision and make themselves available in really intelligent ways. That
cliche, the first yard being in your head, isn't it? I think
that's true.
They're seeing positions where they can't see. Cipriano's done really well.
Well done.
Hutchinson trying to get in round the back of him from an angle ball from Aluko down the right wing, but Cipriano showed his strength, showing no respect to Amari Hutchinson.
No, good left back play there by Cipriano. Then Hutchinson, who was desperate to get on the ball, but Cipriano just used his body shape really well to prevent Hutchinson getting onto that. But perhaps just time to take a breather now, Matt, for the Stones, and regroup and say, come on. See Sam Corn there gesticulating a couple of players. He'll be chivvying them along. Gavin Hoyt having a quiet word as well. They just need to settle down. That's what they probably haven't settled yet. 7 minutes in, need to quite soon.
Yeah, but no early goal for Ipswich so far, though they have hit the inside of the post through Sarmiento. Maidstone with, let's say, Coverland in goal. It's Hoyt, Fowler, Apaya and Cipriano right to left across the back four. It's Bone and Corn who are the anchors to the midfield, and Corn's not been able to get forward yet. He's had to be very defensive, like Sam Bone. Right hand side of attacking midfield is Liam Sol, on the left hand side Lamar Reynolds, and up front making his full debut is Manny Dooku. But that is lovely interplay by Ipswich, and Hutchinson tries to ghost his way past two players. He has done. Left foot shot comes off. Sam Corn off the post again. They've hit the woodwork twice now. Edmondson in the box, shoots all the away across the 6-yard boxes. It come off a Maidstone player. It hasn't a goal kick, but goodness me, heart in mouth again, and Hutchinson this time has basically shuttled the ball past 3 Maidstone players, leaving them on the edge of the penalty area, hit it with his left foot. It's come off the post. They've hit the woodwork twice now. They're living on their nerves here, Maidstone, but with 8 minutes gone in this FA Cup tie, it's Championship High Flyers, Ipswich Town at 0. National League South, Maidstone United 0.
Well, it's easy to say, Matt, isn't it? But you can say that Hutchinson was allowed an easy passage through and goal, but we just sort of not perhaps legislating for the quality of players like Hutchinson who've got the skill to do that. It looked like that sort of run would have been stopped at National South level, but as we keep saying, this is different.
It's Gavin Hoyton. The Maidstone fans across are asking for a free kick for a high boot.
To get in
fact, they've got it as well, and this will be their first chance, as you say, perhaps to get into the box. Miscommunication, unfortunately. Corn looking for the ball down the line towards Liam Soul. Soul wasn't aware it was coming, had lost the ball, and in the end, actually, Corn just pushes the ball down the right-hand channel again and off for a goal kick. Ipswich then with Christian Walton in goal. It's Ball, Twanzebe, Edmondson and Humphreys right to left across the back four. Sam Morsey, their captain, and Jack Taylor in the centre of midfield. Hutchinson on the right, Sarmiento on the left, Aluko behind lone striker Nathan Broadhead. The ball breaks to Aluko now, 25 yards out, floated ball in towards Taylor, and Coverland's quickly off his line to take it, but again they're sizing up their passes.
They look dangerous every time they come forward, don't they, the Tractor boys? And Maidstone, it's going to be a long afternoon, but they've just got to keep focused, do their jobs, and just keep their eyes on the man they've got to mark. But they just need a bit of respite from this onslaught from Town. Yeah,
as you say, it may be 0-0, but this will be a lot of nervous energy, I'm sure, but also physical energy, because they're chasing the ball at the moment.
Very tiring, mental and physical, Matt, because you can't, this sort of level, you cannot stop concentrating for a single second, and that's draining mentally as well as physically.
FA Cup, 4th round football. I don't tire of saying it. Maidstone United on their record run in this competition. There's never been a Maidstone team in the 4th round. The old team, the new team, it's a record. Sam Corn trying to tackle Sarmiento, rides a couple of those. Referee plays on. Broadhead slips through, he's onside. Coverland saves with his feet. Lucas Coverland saves again. And that was one Broadhead will want to have finished, but Coverland, the keeper, equal to it. But now low ball in from the right hand side. Sarmiento's there again, wins it a second time, but away from the left of defence by Sam Bone there. And Dooku's fouled. You can hear the cheers from the Maidstone fans, almost as if they'd scored, but they get themselves a free kick. They've weathered another storm, but storm it was.
Absolute storm. So 10 minutes play, hit the woodwork twice. Matt Coverland's had to make at least 2 saves. I thought that was it. I thought that was definitely going to be a goal. But Lucas Coverland, fair play to him. He's earned that place between the sticks. And George Elokobi really rates Lucas Coverland, and showing why. That's a good save.
Yeah, brought him in over the summer. One of a rebuild of this side that came down from the National League. Again, as we've been saying, the owners trusted George Elokobi. He wanted his team. Liam Soul's done really well to win the ball there, given half a chance by a crossfield header from Kiprianu. Now Soul with Sarmiento in front of him. Back to Sam Corn. Time now, chance for Maidstone just to settle on the ball here. I keep using the S word, but down into the channel. Will he find...
Get on the end of that.
Adjupong with that one. Oh no, miscommunication between Dooku and Barclay Adjupong. He thought he was going to run off him there, but it's gone off for a throw in the end. They could be excused for not being on the same page. Manny Dooku's been a Mason about 20 minutes.
Absolutely, but just a little bit of passage of play there. That'll settle the nerves. Probably 20 seconds of possession there for Maidstone, and that will mean a lot in the context of this game, which has all been Ipswich from the first 10-11 minutes.
As we expected. Huge gulf between
really is.
These two sides. I was looking at the
that's about the first ball that's gone straight by Ipswich.
Well, we see that in National South a lot. You don't see it in the Championship a lot.
No,
Dominic Ball and Amari Hutchinson on a different page there. To be fair to Manny Dooku and Jacob Barclay-Adjupong just a few minutes ago.
I mean, could we have seen something happen? A bit of a charmed life for that goal. Those 10-12 minutes of utter domination from Ipswich haven't scored. If that gets to 20 minutes, 25 minutes, could be a different complexion, Matt. But I think they've got to keep going.
I love your thinking. Is it a bit like Stevenage when Stevenage hit the post and the bar, and Mason still hang on? Is it their day once again? Left-hand side, Barclay-Adjupong, who was so influential in that game. Just misses threading the ball through to Lamar Reynolds. Lovely idea, in behind the defence, curling ball towards the edge of the D, but Lamar Reynolds just couldn't get on that one, just not accurate enough, but just started to show their stuff a bit, Maidstone.
Yeah, I like Barclay Agupong as well. He's a great, a really good acquisition at level, and there's a good interception as well. Barclay Agupong can make things happen, can surge forward, and did really well there.
Yeah, it was him who's brought down for the penalty that Sam Corn converted against Stevenage in the third round. Again, something we never tire of saying. Brought down, but he was so influential in that first half and was injured, had to come off.
That's good
work from Appiah. He's just used his strength to bounce Jeremy Sarmiento off him, the flying winger for Ipswich. Has already hit the woodwork, but getting the strength in there. Morsey tries to calm things down in midfield for Ipswich. Taylor alongside him. It's back to Sam Morsey. Out towards Aluko. Drops the shoulder, tries to take himself past Sam Bone. Actually, Bone did well to stick with him, I think, with that turn. Hutchinson, though, takes on the right-hand side of the defence now. Aluko just outside the area, trying to shuffle it onto his right foot. Out towards ball now. Low ball. Teasing.
Oh!
Hutchinson shoots. It's pulled away, or rather parried away by Coverland. That was a good height for the goalkeeper. I think he had a good sight of it as well. Hutchinson going for goal again, though.
It was going in, but Coverland, and say, nice height for the goalkeeper. Did well, though, but Ipswich just threatening, aren't they? Just really kind of prowling around this area, looking dangerous every time. I thought it was a fantastic one a minute ago by Sarmiento, actually, where Appiah did really well, but brilliant movement by Sarmiento there to get on the end of that ball.
Yeah, they are. Ipswich play in a fashion where quite often players like Hutchinson and Sarmiento will be sort of finishers in rugby terms these days. Kieran McKenna will run his other players into the ground for 60 minutes and hopefully the opposition as well, and then bring them on to tease them. But they're on from the start here, and they'll have something to prove as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a tough side to get into, this championship side at the moment, but Maidstone won't care too much about that. George Edmondson is being entertained by the referee at the moment, or rather the referee is talking to him.
It's not really those discos.
Indeed. In towards a near post, goes over the bar. Coming near post was Edmondson there as well, but it's gone over. You'd have to say well marshalled by the Maidstone defence. Ipswich are good at set pieces as well, done well so far in the championship in terms of goals from those positions. Well marshalled. Edmondson couldn't get an accurate header on it. It's gone over. Yeah,
Maidstone won't mind that. I think they'll be quite pleased with the way they controlled the defence there and put pressure on Edmondson to put it over the bar. But so we're at 15 minutes match, still goalless. We'll take that.
Absolutely. These are the sort of, I suppose, the milestones you look for. You're just ticking off from a point of view, or your checklist. There will be a better use of the metaphor. A bit of a loose ball there from Sam Bone, and perhaps that's what he was saying about the difference in level here. No time to play, no time to look up here. Ipswich coming forward once again. They're on their heels.
Relentless, isn't it?
Hutchinson plays the ball inside Sarmiento. Lovely turn by Sarmiento. Sam Corn is there, though. Back to Hutchinson. Will he take another shot? No, onto his left foot, out towards Sarmiento, right-hand side of the penalty area. Sam Corn is shadowing him, far post out towards Humphreys, I say left back, but Ipswich playing this sort of wonky style where the left back is more or less the left winger through the game. Is Edmondson well forwards. Morsey does take a shot. It's just gone past Coverland, but outside the left-hand post. I think Coverland's got something on it, but I thought for a moment that might have gone through him, but it's off for a corner. We'll give him credit for that.
Absolutely, but it's just absolutely relentless. I keep coming back to that word, but that's the only word we've got. Ipswich is just absolutely pummelling Maidstone here, and Maidstone just can't get any respite from it at all. And you do think it's got to come, but as yet it hasn't. It's still 0-0. There's that great scoreboard here in front of us. 16 minutes 44 seconds. Ipswich 0, Maidstone 0.
Yeah, this is great news here on BBC Radio Kent. Unashamedly behind the stones today. Sarmiento cutting the ball into the area. It's missed everybody.
Don't mind that.
Again, big cheers for the Maidstone fans.
They'll take anything, and they've got to. Small little victories within the context of the game matter what it's all about. And the high-flying championship side putting a corner straight out, it's going to get cheered.
I wondered if we were going to get a Premier League "you're having a laugh" chant from that.
Give it time.
They've not gone for it quite yet. I can imagine the nerves are probably a little bit too much.
I'm sure that's in the back pocket somewhere.
It probably will, but it's a goal kick again for Lucas Coverland, who's just been given a hurry up by the referee. And
that's an early one.
We understand from his point of view and the rest of the players, they just want to to take a breath here.
Yeah, they need to
compose themselves. Dooku to Sol, looked like a good position there. Can Reynolds get on this one? Has ball to feet, immediately closed down by Morsey, but flicks it forward towards Barclay Adjipong, back towards goalkeeper Christian Walton, though, for Ipswich. They managed to shuttle it back to him. Hutchinson is deep here. Morsey.
Just little chinks of light for Maidstone. You know, no more than that, but they've made a couple of runs forward. Dooku there and Reynolds and Barclay Adjipong all getting moments on the ball, and that will increase their confidence.
Lovely sunny day at the moment. Ball swung from Morsey out towards Hutchinson. A good tackle.
Well done, Kipiano.
Kipiano's really quick on the winger there, closing him down.
He's a magnificent acquisition for Maidstone.
We've been so impressed by him.
Really have.
This season, another one of those acquisitions by George Elokobi that's fitted in very well indeed. And really, that's the key. It takes a lot to commit yourself against a winger like Hutchinson, but you don't want him running at you. We've seen that already.
No, and he wasn't overawed, but his judgment there was really good, and his positioning play was excellent, Matt.
So this is Twansebi, former Man United centre-half. There's a lot of trouble with injuries in his career. Yeah, it's Hutchinson forward towards Aluko, flicks off Sarmiento, I think, towards the far side. Maidstone want to get this cleared. Liam Souls have their defensive work drilled across the 6-yard box, offside. Sonny Aluko on the far side, and it'll be a free kick for Maidstone. The cheers you can hear, I mean, it's quite obvious from this point. It's an offside for Ipswich. Those Maidstone fans having the time of their lives.
Absolutely.
They have this championship side 19 minutes. They are still level. Ipswich Town 0.
Yeah.
Maidstone United 0.
You could say we don't know how, because Ipswich have just completely dominated possession, hit the woodwork twice. Coverland's had to make a couple of saves. Maidstone have made a couple of forays sort of half into Ipswich territory, but as we say, 20 minutes now. Well, what's that? Just under a quarter of the game gone. Hope springs eternal, Matt. Another cliche, but come this far, let's just keep chalking off those minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. We won't say there haven't been trouble, because that will be an untruth. They certainly have been very much exercised by Ipswich Town here, but they are level with the championship side, which is to their huge credit at the moment. That was the one thing that nobody wanted from a Maidstone point of view, was them to be blown away in the first quarter and hour. That hasn't happened, albeit that Ipswich have hit the post, hit the woodwork twice, and the Coverland safe and Broadhead as well. But Hutchinson in the box once again, drives it, comes off the defender. Appiah gets his large frame in front of it. I think it's hit him in the solar plexus. That will take the wind out of him. It's going to be a corner. Again, almost all the attacking players coming down this right-hand side.
Hutchinson's starting to look very, very dangerous indeed, Matt. And I know Kipiano, we've waxed lyrical about him, but he's really going to have a 90-minute job on his hand. Hutchinson is showing his class. He's going outside, he's cutting inside, and he's really purring down that right flank now, and he's making things happen, looking dangerous, ever so dangerous every time he gets the ball.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Chelsea have high hopes for Amari Hutchinson. It'd be very unsurprised to see him in the Premier League next season after this loan at Ipswich, but that's for another day. Perhaps he'll be looking back on his cup exploits and thinking he doesn't like it very much. Let's hope so from a Maidstone United point of view.
Yeah.
Chance for a short one here. Sarmiento has gone short with Hutchinson, the two wingers who are, I would say, elaborately coiffured, Matt, the two of them. There's plenty of dye going on there.
Beautifully put.
Into the area. Headed up wide by Edmondson.
Oh, what a miss.
I've got to be honest, he should have done better. There's an inquest going on in the Maidstone defence. Appiah is saying, whose man is that?
Well, he should be asking that question, really, because it was a brilliant delivery. But they do not want to be undone by set pieces. I think that would really disappoint George Elokobi. Being undone by fantastic creative play, being carved over by incisive passing is one thing, but not marking at set pieces, Matt, which should really be a leveller if you think about it, is unforgivable.
I think Appiah is, we don't know whose man is whose, but Appiah is certainly saying to Manny Dooku back there, that is not my man. I'm not supposed to be marking him. Certainly no one was. Edmondson should have scored and hasn't. A challenge comes in on Dooku, and that will be a free kick. Edmondson, perhaps a little bit of frustration has gone through on Dooku. He goes to ground. The referee's showing, I won't say a sympathetic air to Manny Dooku, saying, if you like to get up, you're more than welcome. I'm not carding anyone for that. Roughly central, just
get it in the mix.
Yeah,
get it in the mix. Force them to make a header, or get Walton to come off his line. Just make something happen. Make Ipswich defend this. Don't try and I wouldn't try and do anything clever. I'd just lob it into the mix if I was them.
Yeah, it's very central, so they'll need to do that. About a third of the way into the Ipswich half. It's floated forward by Corn towards Kipriani on his far side. It comes off the head of Twanzebe. They gets up there highest, but they will recycle possession here. I think it's Appiah with the ball on the right-hand side. Does really well to keep it. Bone.
Now get it back in there.
Back to Corn. Corn swings it left to right. Out to...
Good chasing by Sarmiento.
Yeah,
there.
Gavin Hoyt, though, gets on it towards Sol. He's immediately challenged by Humphreys on that left-hand side for Ipswich. Fowler to Hoyt. Sam Corn, who's more or less now an emergency centre-back. He's gone so deep there to make sure Ipswich couldn't come on the counter-attack. Broadhead closes him down, but it's out to Fowler, and a bit of possession now for Maidstone. Ball over the top. Can they get Sol on this one? He shows his pace inside the penalty area. Humphreys with the tackle.
Brilliant run by Sol.
Chance hasn't gone yet. Curled in by Hoyt. Reynolds is there, but I think the header from Ball got away from them. Now Ipswich will try and come on the counter with Aluko. Aluko takes on Appiah, and Appiah's got ahead of him. Really well done by the Preston loanee for Maidstone United. Coverland just hoiks the ball away. Sambona's the ball. He finds Dooku, cheered by the Maidstone fans. Reynolds is offside. Oh, Dooku had done so well to smuggle the ball through over the halfway line, but Reynolds had just gone offside. I think that was a pretty close call, Matt. That would have been fascinating to see what Reynolds would have made of that. But no time to think about it right now. Ipswich coming forward. Free kick quickly taken.
I think it was just Matt, by the way. But
it's those tiny margins, as we say.
Tiny margins, but good little play there by Maidstone there. Really... It started just to show signs in the last few minutes. They're actually growing into the game, man.
Yeah, that ball in behind for Sol as well. Well and truly caught Ipswich out.
Great run by Sol, that was.
Once again, George Elokobi on the edge of his technical area, pointing, waving, probably metaphorically kicking every ball. He probably could. He's fit enough. Here's Humphreys left-hand side to Sarmiento now. Sarmiento to Morsey for Ipswich. Halfway inside the Maidstone half. They're committing everybody at the goalkeeper halfway inside the Maidstone half. Swung towards the far side towards Humphreys, but headed away again. Good work defensively by Sol. It's launched forward by Barclay Ajipong, who immediately apologises to Lamar Reynolds, who has no chance of picking that one up.
No, indeed. And I want to see Dooku. Dooku, he's a big man. I want to see him doing a bit more work, Matt. I want to see him making a bit more movement at the front. I think Maidstone, when they do get the ball, they've got to make themselves available. And it's not happening quite yet. So
Aluko is robbed by the Maidstone pair there, but it was Dooku who really wanted a ball forward from Sambone, doesn't get it, and Ipswich come again. Tackle's coming in from Maidstone. Taylor, though, lays off towards Hutchinson for Ipswich, and then the floated ball misdirected off for a goal kick.
Another cheer. 25 minutes. I know this is getting a bit of a party game, but this is what it's about. It's not, chalking off those milestones. They've got to 25 minutes. They would take that, Matt. If you said to George Elokobi, get to 25 minutes, it's 0-0. They bite your hand off. And yes, they've ridden their luck, but as we say, they're slowly growing into it. We've seen little bits of moments. Sol had that run up the right flank. Barclay Ajipong's looked quite useful. So maybe Maidstone are just starting to build a bit of confidence.
Yeah, they've had their moments, most certainly. Just to remind you, there are 97 places between these two sides in the Football League pyramid. No team below the Championship, apart from Maidstone, is in the fourth round draw. They are an absolute outlier, an absolute underdog. Hutchinson comes inside now, though, for Ipswich. Taylor's there sliding to try and hook the ball across the 6-yard box, and cleared by Appiah. A little bit creaking on the right-hand side.
It is a bit, isn't it? And they just seem to be carving them open. Hutchinson down there again is looking excellent.
And so Ball with the ball now for Ipswich to Taylor. Feet and back, just outside the Maidstone penalty area. Here is Sam Morsey. Ball curled into the area. Broadheader goes up. Went down. Wasn't pushed by Hoyt. Was just good attention from the Maidstone captain. Humphreys now. They're backpedaling a bit.
There's good pressure by Maidstone. They're forcing them Ipswich Town back.
Absolutely. Making them go backwards.
Yeah, that's good shape. George Elokobi will be smiling with satisfaction at that.
Dominic Ball now, right-hand side for Ipswich. Morsey. 40 yards out. Yeah, it's chipping the ball over towards Ball. Hutchinson to pick up the ball here. Cipriani is having a bit of an afternoon with Mari Hutchinson.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
It's a really difficult man to mark. Morsey curls the ball into the area. Away by Fowler, but only as far as Sarmiento. feints to shoot. We'll go for the shot now. Always going wide and high, but that's actually good for Maidstone.
Yeah, they won't mind that.
It feels like they frustrated Ipswich enough that Sarmiento's taken a low percentage shot.
Yes, absolutely.
And we're 27 minutes into the game here on BBC Radio Kent Sports. I'm with Matt Cole and Matt Easley here at Portman Road. It's Championship High Flyers, Ipswich Town 0, Maidstone United of National League South 0.
Yeah, and I think George Elokobi will be really pleased with his men for that last 3 minutes, Matt, because as we both observed, they forced Ipswich back. Good pressure, good shape, and as you rightly said, Ipswich actually kind of broke down, ran out of ideas, if you like, and Sarmiento resorted to a long shot.
So here's Sam Bone, just over the halfway line, but wasn't an accurate enough ball, but Reynolds picks it up now. Dooku points ahead of him. He's got the pace to get behind Edmondson, not quick enough. Goalkeeper Christian Walton comes out and grabs. Good idea. Dooku perhaps just a bit slow getting off his haunches there, but good idea then by Reynolds. Yeah, absolutely, and they are asking questions of the Ipswich defence here. Morsey now curls the ball into the area towards Humphreys again.
Good header by
Liam Soul's done really well.
Soul's been brilliant coming back and defending there, Matt, and that's like an extra right back there and really helping Gavin Hoyt out there in that right flank.
And he has to be, as I said, this Ipswich tactic is lopsided, so Cameron Humphreys is ostensibly, theoretically a left back, but will spend more time inside the Maidstone half than his own half.
Absolutely.
So Soul is having to be very careful. They'll know all about that, obviously, from their due diligence, their scouting. Good tackle, you're right.
Appiah again, good there.
Yeah, Appiah to Bone, forwards to Reynolds. He's got an awful lot to do. He's got 3 blue shirts around him. Takes on Twanzebe though. Goes inside him, does he? Twanzebe just shows his strength, I'm afraid, his experience. There are catcalls from the Maidstone fans, but I'm afraid that is what a quality centre-half will do, showing such strength and just blocking off the pass of the ball, just on the edge of the laws.
There was a nanosecond there, Matt, where I thought that Reynolds had actually done him. But as you say, Twanzebe just getting back in time and showing all his experience there and his quality. Just not sure if it called. I mean, there was half-hearted calls for a spot kick there, but it wasn't.
If I was a Maidstone fan, I would be, to be honest, whoever I supported, I would be bellowing that for a penalty. But if you're coming here to a team 4 divisions above you, you'd definitely be going for that, wouldn't you?
Oh no, absolutely. But I don't know what. But I just thought the golfing class there, and that's not to be disparaging at all about Reynolds. He just showed him that, and Twanzebe just getting back and quality defending really in the end.
I think again you see the differences in the level that they play out in non-league. Is a player like Dooku or Reynolds will be able to run centre halves in their division,
and you can't here. You just cannot.
But it is a different level. As you go up, the centre halves get quicker and stronger and.
Quicker and stronger, that's it. Quicker, stronger, fitter.
I'm still going back to this, it's still goalless, and Maidstone have started to play balls in behind the Ipswich defence.
Good tackle, Sam Corn.
Really good tackle. Lucas asked for something. Here's Dooku trying to get on the ball from Sam Bone, but again Edmondson showing his strength. He comes over halfway as well, and this Ipswich crowd might be scratching their heads at this point. How are they not ahead? A missed tackle by Hoyt. It's still Edmondson though, he's in the left wing position. He's really not happy or used to that. Liam Soul wins the ball, loses it. Jack Taylor, it's Edmondson once again. Forward to Sarmiento. Good tackle from Sam Bone. And Soul out right hand side.
Dooku just looking a little bit lost there sometimes.
I would agree. Yeah, that's the phrase I was going to use. Broadhead attacking from deeper. That's his more natural role. He's playing centre forward today, but to Hutchinson, Morsey thinks about dinking it in. There goes the left foot shot, curling. Always going wide again.
I mean, Maidstone held their shape well. We've said it before. They did their jobs. They didn't disperse from their positions and forced Ipswich into a speculative shot. And Coverland was untroubled.
31 minutes gone. It's Ipswich Town 0, Maidstone United 0. The biggest game in Maidstone's history. The biggest away crowd I think they've probably taken almost anywhere. I don't know what the stats are, but we're looking at an entire
entire Gallagher, isn't it? And more. It's the entire Gallagher and more into a section of Portman Road.
And the singing you can hear, that's coming from these Maidstone fans, and well they might.
Absolutely.
They're not supposed to be here, let alone be 0-0 after half hour. Little roulette turn from Cipriano away from Aluko out towards the right hand side, and Sol to Corn, immediately closed down by Broadhead. But this is good from Maidstone. They're playing it back to their back 4. They're drawing Ipswich onto them. Is there a ball in behind perhaps Coverland can find that might set the pace of Sol, or Barkley Ajapong on. Having said all that, it's a pull ball from Apa. He's lost his radar. It's gone off for a throw from Ipswich. But we've had plenty of, not even moments, time where Maidstone have had time to settle the ball.
Absolutely, and as I say, they've grown into the game, and that's what they were never going to. You know, it was almost like the shock of the first 5 minutes. They'd have studied Ipswich. They think, right, this is how good they are. This is how good a Championship side is, and they had to work that out in the first 5 or 10 minutes, Matt. I think they have done now. To their credit, and 32 minutes gone, 0-0. Well, that's a credit to them.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been strong. They haven't lost their nerve. They haven't been overawed, even when Ipswich came early and struck the woodwork a couple of times. Yeah, good win there from Barkley Ajapong out towards the right-hand side from Hoyt to Sol. He's got space to run into. He has got pace. Liam Sol, bit of trickery on the right-hand side. Will he get past Humphreys? He's sticking to him like glue at the moment. Liam Sol drops the shoulder. Dead ball line, cross comes over. It's off for a goal kick already, I think. Or is it?
It's a goal kick, indeed, yeah. He just ran it out of play there. But Lamar Reynolds was going like an express train in the middle there. It would have been a great pick by Liam Sol. But Reynolds was getting a bit of space there. And if he'd have got that ball early, Matt, well, anything could have happened.
The possession stats so far, thank you to the studio, reflect what we're seeing here. Unsurprisingly, 78% Ipswich, 22 Maidstone.
Yeah,
but
you'd expect that.
I said what we have seen from them in the last few minutes, growing into the game, as you say, and spending some time on the ball. They shouldn't be in the well, they aren't in the same league. They shouldn't be in the same stratosphere as this team.
Absolutely.
But they're holding their own. Good physical work by Maidstone to win themselves the throw. Cipriano takes it quickly up towards Reynolds. Immediately two Ipswich players on him. Bit of juggling of the ball. There was he pulled down. Referee says yes.
Free kick, yeah.
Sam Morsey, who's a yellow card waiting to happen, got the pull in on Lamar Reynolds. He might find himself frustrated capturing the Ipswich side.
I think so. And that's a well taken quick ball actually.
Yeah,
Sol
towards the far side. Sol's that's a shame. He just slips as he controls the ball. Sarmiento's going quickly here. He's gone past two. He's absolutely flying. Jeremy Sarmiento takes on the shot. Deflected over the bar. It floats over the bar. Sarmiento, exhilarating run. You thought this might be it. Takes a shot from 25 yards. It's come off a pyre, I think. No one knew where it was going. It looked like it was going into the top corner. It's just floated over. I'm going to say it at 35 minutes, Matt, a 0-0. You just wonder.
You do, don't you? You start to wonder. But look, I don't care whatever level. Look, something like Jeremy Sarmiento, you've got to appreciate that kind of skill. A great run in full flight by the Ipswich player there. Really good. And as you say, charmed life. Other cliches are available.
Could have gone anywhere. Is it Maidstone's day again? It seems impossible, but they've done the impossible already. Cleared away for a throw right hand side. They are still, I won't say in this game, they are tying this game at the moment.
Well, no, absolutely. And but to get Sarmiento's a sort of player, Matt, I've been so impressed with him actually. He can just turn it on. I mean, Sarmiento and Hutchinson, it's a pleasure to see players of that quality actually out there.
Yeah, on loan from West Brom. He was at West Brom earlier in the season on loan from Brighton and Chelsea respectively. Yeah, did well again, getting in front of Aluko, who's looked a bit of a peripheral figure. He's not a regular by any means for Ipswich, and they're, I guess, getting minutes into his legs at the moment. He's barely played for them this season. Ball flicked forward by Dooku. Ajapong saying, who's that to? I think there's a bit of an inquest going up the front. Dooku, to be fair to him, I mean, he's barely set foot in the country, let alone
no, absolutely,
let alone up front.
So he looks a bit bewildered to me, and I don't mean that, so I don't wish to be insulting to him, but he just looks like he's a bit shell-shocked really. I
mean, let's face it, the ideal for Maidstone is they still had their top scorer, Levi Amanchi, who was lightning in a bottle for the first half of the season. Obviously he's now gone for money to Bromley, but this is not a situation that George Elokobi would have wanted in the slightest. No, he's having to sign a forward and put them straight into the game. They want Dooku to be there a couple of months, let alone a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's not ideal. That's an understatement, and I'm probably being a little bit unfair on him if he looks out of sorts a little bit.
Sarmiento again breaking in from the left-hand side, showing his skills. Morsey 35 yards out for Ipswich.
Good pressure again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're disciplined. They're staying behind the ball here and marking their men. Little dink over the top there, but a pyre heads away. Here's Reynolds.
Could have been George Elokobi.
He has it taken off him though. This is Hutchinson on the right hand side. Ball winning the ball. Feeding back to Hutchinson. Cipriano sticking to him like glue. He'll be seeing him in his sleep tonight, I reckon. This is towards Morsey. to Edmondson, well forward the centre half. Sarmiento, left-hand side, probably the brightest player on the pitch so far. Ball flicked on by Morsey.
It's good defence again by Maidstone. Brilliant shape, brilliant holding their position, and just saying, OK, come on, try and carve us open. And Town couldn't on that occasion. So Elokobi will be delighted defensively with his men, Matt.
Yeah, Sam Morsey, by all accounts, has really grown as a player from a sort of rock-solid, hard-tackling central midfielder into a real ball player. He couldn't find a way through there. There wasn't a good opening for him to
there wasn't.
He ran out of ideas almost, Ipswich there, and that's such a compliment.
Absolutely, it's a compliment to Maidstone and their level of organisation. And you can see George Elokobi was all over that. He really was, because that shape and that discipline and that formation, Matt, that had George Elokobi's stamp on it.
7 minutes plus stoppage just to half time.
Extraordinary.
And it's 0-0 still.
It really is. It really is amazing.
We should believe anything of this Maidstone team by now, but this is extraordinary. They're coming forward now. Liam Sol, Sam Corn. He's absolutely surrounded by blue shirts.
Well
2-3 tackles coming, but he still has the ball. Sam Corn, brilliantly done. Angle ball for Ajapong. Lovely header towards the right hand side. I say lovely, just not in the path of Liam Sol, but lovely idea.
Really was a lovely idea, wasn't it? But Sam Corn, the tenacity he showed them was exemplary.
As we said, we thought, seeing what we've seen of him over the past few years, Sam Corn, that he would not be overawed, but as he would relish it. Ball through, can Reynolds get past Twanzebe onto this ball from Duku? He can't. And back to goalkeeper Christian Walton.
Great tackle there by Fowler, Matt, just on the halfway line for Maidstone.
Yeah, former Ipswich boy, of course, played one game for them in the EFL Cup against Crystal Palace back in 2017, when he was accompanied by current Ipswich squad member Luke Wolfenden. Normally not first on the team sheet, but certainly in terms of defence, but on the bench today, being rested.
Well played, Hoyt.
Ball cut out by Hoyt. He read that ball across field, I think, from Morsey. Wasn't a good one, but Hoyt was alert to it, wins the ball. Those Maidstone fans having fun in the sunshine. Absolutely. On the far side.
It's a bit. I think Hoyt's giving Sarmiento quite a lot of space over on that flank, catching man. Well, that's deliberate by Gavin, but Sarmiento seems to be finding holes over there.
Yeah, I wonder what the dangers are trying to stick too close to him, because we see how quickly he can turn, and
that's the
you're almost damned if you do, damned if you don't with a player like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're right on that one.
He's going to have to try and play the percentages somehow. So far they're doing it well, even though their possession percentage is very low. Yeah, they're coming forward. Humphreys to Sarmiento. He will take on Hoyt now, slips it through to Humphreys. Humphreys, low ball. Broadhead turns. Appiah does well again, gets his shins in the way. Ball back into the penalty area. Appiah once again heads away. Shot from ball. Luco. He misses. He turns. 10 yards out. Goal gaping. He scuffed it wide the left-hand post. It got to him, I think, not quite deliberate means from his teammate.
There's another post-mortem going down here as well. There's another sort of inquest here in the Maidstone men. I think it's Sam Bone there and Barclay Agyapong, and who's that Reynolds. They're both having a little bit of a set two there, I think, actually. There was sort of there's a bit of displeasure voiced about something, about whether it's not picking up a man or...
Well, certainly Luco was left there, and the turn and shot could easily have been the first goal of the game. Ball flicked on by Duku towards Barclay Agyapong. He won't get onto it. But again, showing that they can try and get in behind this defence. It's Jack Taylor out towards Hutchison, who will take on Cipriano. You can see space to run in behind if he can get past him, but actually prods it forward. Good interception by Appiah, but Hutchison rides a tackle as he gets the ball back.
Still going.
Yeah, Sarmiento and Hutchinson, a couple of real flair players combining on the left-hand side. Not afraid of the freedom they're given there. Hutchison runs onto the ball, lays it off to Taylor. Taylor shoots, lifts it above the bar. It's a deflection, actually. Corner right-hand side. Taylor scored some extraordinary goals for Ipswich. I think he's only scored extraordinary goals for Ipswich. He's not scored many, but he has a shot which is Lucas Kovalan would certainly find it difficult to measure up against should it be on target. That one wasn't. It's a deflection. Maidstone have got the important thigh in front of the ball. It's a corner. 42 minutes gone.
Yes,
it's 0-0.
That all-important half-time yardstick, Matt, that landmark milestone, call it what you want, is fast approaching. If they can get to half-time 0-0, and they're not there yet, there's 3 minutes to play and anything can happen there, what an achievement that would be, and it gives them something to hold on to.
You can only imagine the ovation that these players would get should they hold on, but there's a corner here Ipswich dangerous from set pieces, dangerous everywhere we've seen. Ball headed half away by Dooku. Ajipong lifted up in the air. Dooku, nice little cushion header to Liam Sol. They could be on the break. Lamar Reynolds in behind the defence. Can he control? Towards the keeper, Lamar Reynolds sticks it! Oh my word! Lamar Reynolds has scored for Maidstone United. They are 1-0 up here at Portman Road. The bench are all on the pitch. The subs are on the pitch. There is pandemonium pitch side. Lamar Reynolds flicked into his path from the far side. Took on Christian Wharton one-on-one. Still loads to do. Calmness personified, exquisite finish over the Ipswich Town goalkeeper. It is Ipswich 0, non-league Maidstone 1. I can scarcely believe it. 43 gone here. The Kent non-league side lead.
What an astonishing moment, Matt, and what a finish by Lamar Reynolds. As you say, composure personified. He was haring down on goal. I thought it can't be, but he did. He finished it. He lobbed Walton with consummate professionalism. A brilliant finish. What a turn up for the books. Amazing scenes here at Portman Road, and look at the Maidstone fans. Didn't they party that one?
Oh my word. What an extraordinary team this Maidstone are.
What a ball. Was it Sol?
Yeah, it was Sol. Yeah.
Terrific ball. And I didn't think he'd seen him, Matt. I didn't think he'd seen him, but what a pick out by him. What a pick.
He may have just been going for an area and gambling, but it was the perfect ball. Lamar Reynolds, I mean,
great finish.
The composure as well. He's got defenders running him down basically from behind, closing in and breathing down his neck.
Fantastic finish, wasn't it? Only just back in the side, remember, Matt, as well. Couldn't get a game for, when Amanci was in the side.
This is
unbelievable.
Bonkers. Here's Taylor up towards Broadhead.
We were talking about hanging on to half time, weren't we?
We were.
Now they've gone ahead.
They have. We're in the last minute of normal time. Can Cipriani get this away? For all our excitement, they have to somehow keep their composure now to defend. Hutchison gets a bit of space now. He's hit the poster. Morsey earlier on. They've read that ball really well. Sam Corn threads it through. Reynolds is going again. He won't get between the two defenders this time, but he's done it the important time on the counter-attack. Maidstone have a goal.
What a moment. What a moment for this football club. What a moment. What a special moment that was.
There are times in Kent sport over the time I've been watching, I'm sure you've been listening, where you just barely can believe your eyes, and this is definitely one of them.
It defies words, it defies description in a way. Absolutely astonishing moment, Matt. Absolutely astonishing.
2 minutes to go. Now added time. As Ball has it now for Ipswich. They really do have to be composed here. They know it, Maidstone.
Right header.
Ipswich could strike at any time.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah, Dooku's on the edge of the box. Matt Eastler giving him the advice. Actually, it's not a terrible ball because it's got in behind George Edmondson, but Barclay Ajipong won't outpace him to that. It's gone back to goalkeeper Walton, who, I mean, he's a very, very fine stopper. He was in the League One Team of the Year. He may be second to Hladky now in the Ipswich side, but he was done by Lamar Reynolds.
Great finish, wasn't it? Absolute coolness personified. The way he kept his head, Matt. Fair play to him. Brilliant take. Brilliant finish by Reynolds.
Morsey plays it laterally to Edmondson, to Humphreys, and Morsey has the ball once again. They're very patient, Ipswich. They know they can afford to be. They've been behind a few times this season in the Championship, and they haven't panicked, including on Monday against Leicester City, so we're not expecting it here. Hutchinson, attention from Cipriani, who's done really well. Hutchinson falls. Referee's not giving a free kick for there. Just strength by the left back. Hutchinson's now having a moan at the assistant. These are all good signs from Maidstone, to be honest. But now Taylor shoots. Snapshot once again from outside the D. Those Maidstone fans cheering it. Yep. I'm not sure it's quite cheers. It's probably jeers as well. Just excitement. We're a minute and a half through 2 minutes of stoppage time. It is Ipswich Town 0, Maidstone United 1.
Well, just saying the words, Matt, it sounds surreal. I think they're going to go in at half time 1-0 up. And I mean, what would you have got for that? Absolutely incredible. I still can't get over that moment when the Reynolds finished. I couldn't believe it was going to happen. It was surreal, but he took it. He finished it brilliantly. An absolute credit to him, the way he beat Walton.
Yeah, yes.
There's it.
There we are, half-time. Let's listen to those roars. And that's coming from the Maidstone fans.
Love it.
Make no mistake about that. What a half of football for Maidstone. Just to take you through it, we said, let's hope they can hold on early. All those things. Ipswich hit the post twice in the first 10 minutes. Sarmiento, Hutchinson, particularly Sarmiento's been absolutely electric. Broadhead went one-on-one with Lucas Coverland, and he saved it. There was an Edmondson header, 21 minutes. He should have scored that, to be fair.
Definitely scored
Maidstone
that one.
lost him, but they grew into the game.
They did.
Nothing spectacular, but when it came,
Slowly
the
but
counter-attack, Liam Soul right-hand side, Ipswich had committed every outfield player forward as they've been doing most of the game, keeping possession. The ball spread towards the left-hand side. Lamar Reynolds, he still had a lot to do. He was more or less just inside the Ipswich half, running down towards goal. I don't know about you, Matt. I was still saying in the back of my mind, these defenders are going to catch him.
Absolutely.
This is a difficult finish. Walton comes out, massive goalkeeper. He's dinked it over and into the net. Amazing.
He's dinked it in as good a way as any top player would have done. A fantastic finish. I'm still going to eulogise about the ball by Liam Soul. Fantastic spot by Liam Soul. And George Elokobi would have probably said to his men, you're going to get one chance. You're going to get one chance. You've got to take it. And they've taken it, Matt. They have taken it, and they've gone in at half-time. Whatever happens at the end of this game now, well, that is a incredibly special moment for Maidstone United Football Club.
We were hearing from one of those Maidstone fans, Ruth Pettifer, last night, who followed them uphill and down Dale, her whole family with them today. And just trying to describe what a goal would mean. Just a goal. That's
all they wanted.
Even if it was in a big defeat, but
Absolutely.
To be ahead.
And those celebrations down here just in front of us, the subs all running on. It was like a kind of, what they call it, a dog pile, do they? Something like that. Everything
just
absolute
carnival.
leaps on. Absolute and just incredible.
Yeah.
Big thing is now, what do Ipswich do now? They bring on the big guns. Let's just let reality encroach on it. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. Let's enjoy this moment. And the Maidstone fans, it's great to see them celebrating like that. I mean, it was disbelief opposite us. Yeah. Ipswich now know they're in a game. They've got to come out and do something.
Let's leave reality for another few minutes.
Let's enjoy it.
I'll tell you one person. This is going to sound counterintuitive. We might have to because we're going to go to the news and go round the grounds very shortly. But one person who may not be enjoying it from what he said to us before is co-owner Oliver Ash, who told us it's when you've got something, basically when you've got something to lose. He said if we're a goal up late in the game, as they were against Stevenage, he found it absolute agony. I don't know how we'll be feeling. Conflicting emotions. I know how we feel.
The warped psychology of football.
It is
football.
Absolutely jubilant. Maidstone lead here at Championship Ipswich by a goal to nil at half-time. We'll go round our grounds for our afternoon kickoffs, our 3 o'clock kickoffs very shortly to preview those. Right now here on BBC Radio Care, we realise we've had football through the news. So here is the latest with Sharon Terry.
A sub-postmaster from Charing has revealed how the post office asked him to pay back cash that was stolen in an armed raid on his branch. Jonathan Brenton, who ran a post office in the village, had more than £2,000 grabbed by robbers in January 2012. But the post office wrote to him afterwards telling him he was liable for more than £1,700 of it. Jonathan describes his ordeal.
A knife was being held against my throat. I was being pushed against a safe. So when I was asked to empty the contents of the safe, I knew I would have to move in a way that would put me in further danger. There was never any compassion from post office, so you just have this very strong sense of anger towards them that has never gone away.
The post office has apologised, adding it now offers better support to postmasters and staff who are victims of robberies. Police are appealing for witnesses after a 14-year-old boy was seriously assaulted by 3 people in Gravesend. The teenager was walking along Raphael Road at about 6 o'clock in the evening of Sunday the 7th of January when 3 teenage boys chased the victim and attacked him with a hockey stick, breaking 2 of his knuckles. Border Force figures show a surge in the number of illegal vapes seized at Dover and other UK ports last year. The government is expected to announce new measures to control the vape market, with some reports suggesting it's considering an outright ban on disposable products. Critics argue such a move could lead to more illegal vapes coming in. Ben King reports.
Disposable e-cigarettes have surged in popularity in recent years, with fruity flavours helping to drive an increase in vaping among young people. UK regulations only allow enough nicotine-containing liquid for around 600 puffs in each vape, but illegal versions offering thousands of puffs are widely available online and in shops. Border Force seized fewer than 5,000 illegal vapes in 2021. In the first 10 months of last year, this had risen to 4.5 million. The government, which has allocated £3 million to fund a crackdown on illegal vapes, is expected to announce further restrictions in coming days.
People who live in Medway are being encouraged to have their say on plans to improve cycle and walking routes in the area. The local council say they hope residents' comments will bring valuable insight to ensure improvements go where they're needed most. The 6-week consultation runs until the 3rd of March. And on a day when Maidstone has much to be happy about, £2.5 million worth of upgrades and improvements are coming to its leisure centre. The investment will see a new splash pad, soft play area, ventilation system and a refurbishment of the centre's cafe. It's after Maidstone Borough Council extended the current contract for up to a further 8 years. And Kent's weather this afternoon will continue dry and bright with a maximum temperature of 9 degrees. Tonight will stay clear and dry with a minimum temperature of 2. To hear your latest update, just ask your smart speaker to play BBC News for Kent.
And just having a quick look at the roads in Kent. In Dartford, there's been an accident involving a car and a motorbike. So there's currently one lane closed, which means it's slow on Instone Road, heading west up Highfield Road. In Folkestone, a landslip has blocked the Road of Remembrance, causing delays from the Lees of Lower to Sandgate Road. It's slow on the M2 heading both ways, that's through the roadworks between Junction 5 for Sittingbourne and Junction 7 for the Brendley Corner turning. In Snodland, there's also roadworks around there on the A228, meaning there's currently queues near the train station. And there's the usual congestion in Sittingbourne on the A249 heading south before Junction 5 of the M2, and the usual congestion as well if you're in the Tunbridge Wells area between the A26 London Road, Southborough and the centre of Tunbridge Wells. So it's taken about 10 minutes to get through there at the moment. Looking at public transport, there's a reduced service on South Eastern between London Bridge and London Charing Cross. That's because of problems with the signals. And buses are running instead of trains on South Eastern between Raining and Faversham, and also between Sittingbourne and Sheerness-on-Sea. That's also because of engineering works. That's travel for now though, and we'll have more for you throughout the afternoon.
The Sports Hub.
The Sports Hub.
BBC Radio Kent.
I'm getting a sense of deja vu even here. I could barely speak after Maidstone's opener here at Championship High Flyers Ipswich in the FA Cup 4th round, but I seem to remember we did this a few weeks ago, Ben Watts, when Maidstone took the lead against Stevenage and we couldn't quite believe it. So I think on that occasion I said, what have you got to follow this? But I'm just going to leave it there.
Honestly, Matt, I've been listening on BBC Sounds all the way up the motorway in the car to you guys commentating, and those first 5-10 minutes I thought, crikey, Maidstone are going to get utterly run over here. This could be a cricket score. They hung in there, grew in the game, settled I think was the word you used, and then I've just seen the goal on social media, and what a finish. And just imagine being in that away end as that ball hit the back of the net. Just catastrophic limbs in the away end, I'd imagine, at Portman Road. We will hope for the same here at Stadium MK, which is ironically a ground I remember seeing a Maidstone United team under Jay Saunders in the early rounds of the FA Cup come to, and they lost by I think 4 goals on that day. Today Gillingham are here in League 2, and it's a clash really of two informed teams in the division. MK Dons, since Mike Williamson has taken over, have surged up into the playoff places from around about mid-table where they were under Graham Alexander, and Gills beat them pretty easily, to be honest, at Priestfield earlier on in the season. But their form has been probably the best in the division over the last 8-10 games. Gillingham, of course, unbeaten in 4, winning 3 of those. There's a big away following expected here for Gillingham as well, possibly their best travelling support of the season so far. So we can but hope that actually, Matt, from 3 o'clock, this commentary may well be able to follow some of the drama that you've experienced thus far with these two teams going head-to-head. Gills will know that they too will have to be very diligent out of possession, off the ball. MK Dons love to pass it around, knock it on the floor, play through the lines. Gillingham are going to have to bide their own time for moments in the game to try and get their goals. Of course, they could have their new signing Josh Walker available to them, could stick him into the starting lineup or on the bench today, having brought him in on loan from Burton Albion. So yeah, very much looking forward to seeing Stephen Clement's side, Gillingham, take on MK Dons here at the massive Stadium MK, and it feels like a fitting double header today on BBC Radio Kent Sports Hub.
Indeed, so big game for Ipswich United as well in the context of their National League season this afternoon. We follow them to Oxford City. Charles Webster is there for us.
Yes, and they come into Oxford just having nudged themselves out of the relegation zone with the 1-0 win at Maidenhead on Tuesday evening. They started the season with an 8-game sequence of win-lose, 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 win-lose. Well, if they'd have kept that up, they'd be comfortably in the top half of the table. But then the wins dried up and the losses became far too frequent. They did slip into the relegation zone over Christmas, and things were not looking rosy for Ipswich to survive this season in the National League. However, they made a couple of signings and shored up the defence, and since the new year, the 3 games they've played, win, lose, win, they're back to that sequence again. So on that basis, they should lose today at Oxford City, but Oxford are bottom of the table. Ipswich 5th from bottom, in slightly better shape. Their form is looking better, and they desperately need to pick up their first back-to-back wins of the season. They're going to go into it, I think, in relatively good order. I don't know that there are any additional injuries since Tuesday evening, but Oxford City, they're going to be desperate for points themselves, so it's going to be a cracker. Commentary to come from 3 o'clock from Oxford City versus Ipswich.
Matt Gerrard will be watching managerless Dartford at home to Weymouth. Matt.
It's the forthcoming of Tony Berman, though, Matt. 31 years after he first managed the Darts, he's doing it for the 4th time. The 2nd time it's in an interim after the sacking of Alan Dowson just over 2 weeks ago when he lost at Maidstone United in the league. So Tony Berman comes in hoping to see. We don't know if he's going to carry it on to the end of the season or he's just keeping it warm for a new manager coming in. Currently 18th in the table, Dartford, not where they want to be. They still have dreams of the playoffs, but Tony Berman, who knows this club better than anybody, after getting them through the leagues and into the National League, and also being the top placed part-time side in the National League when they were in there, will be desperate to make sure they get a result against Weymouth today, which could turn into a bit of a 6-pointer. Weymouth a point ahead of the Darts, but there is concern that the bottom 4 are gone, but Dartford need to pick up some points and also pick up some confidence here at Prince's Park after the sacking of Alan Dowson, which seemed to be consensus pleased the fans. I know will please the fans. Tony Berman will get a reception when he comes out and manages it in just over 90 minutes or so. Should be an interesting afternoon. And we're all getting old, Matt, when Tony Berman's back. 31 years after he first managed the club.
He's still got a spring in his step. Matt Gerrard, thank you very much for that. It's BBC Radio Kent Sports Hub. Those are 3 o'clock games of football. So Gillingham at MK Dons on all radio frequencies with online commentary of Ipswich, a trip to Oxford City in the National League, and Dartford at home to Weymouth in National South via the BBC Sport website now, but with goal updates and reports throughout the show as well. We can hear from George Ellacobi now, the Maidstone manager. He's been talking to the BBC down at pitchside after that first half. We couldn't find words. I'm sure George can.
Our supporters ask us to give them something to cheer about, and our players have to be resilient. We've earned our luck as well, wrote our luck a couple of times, but again, I did say if we're going to get anything out of this game, we're going to have so much luck. But super proud of how the boys have ran themselves to the ground in the first half. We know Ipswich is going to come at us now in the second half, so we have to be ready for whatever they're going to throw at us and just try and be us, try and be Maidstone, try and play the way we play, stick to our game plan.
That is George Ellacobi speaking to BBC microphones down pitch side. We've seen him pitch side actually even before the game. I asked him, Matt, you may well have heard in the interview that we aired early on before we start, if you were with us 12 o'clock, During the Stevenage game, he was out there at half-time shaking hands with people and hugs and chatting, and before the game and after the game going around to supporters. And I said, going to be a bit more, blink a bit more discipline. He said, I'm George Elokobi. I'm not going to change. And this is
he does it his own way, man.
Yeah,
he does it his own ways. He's very much his own man, and he's found this ingredient. And I just keep saying, he's carried himself impeccably. You know, some managers might be accused of self-promotion, of self-publicity. You don't feel that with George. You just feel it's a natural extension of his wonderful personality. And he wears his heart on his sleeve. Fantastic. Credit to the club.
Yeah, players absolutely love him. And
fans do too as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Sam Corn, his midfielder, said he is the sort of manager that you will run through walls for if he asks you to. And, well, goodness me.
Well, they are running through walls, Matt, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to have to run through some walls in this second half, I tell you, Matt, and bigger walls they've probably ever encountered in their football careers. 45 minutes of high emotion we've got now.
Second half to start with Maidstone leading Ipswich Town here at Portman Road, away from home by a 1-0. Lamar Reynolds with that fantastic finish. But what can they do in this second 45? No changes I can see to the two teams. So it's Maidstone with Lucas Covolan in goal. He's had to make two sharp saves already. Hoyt, Fowler, Appiah and Cipriano across the back four. Sam Bone and Sam Corn, the two Sams in defensive midfield, central midfield. Corn will get forward whenever he can. Sol on the right-hand side. His assist for Lamar Reynolds' goal. Reynolds on the left-hand side. Incredible finish for it. Barclay Ajipong in between the two of them has the ball now, robbed by Twanzebe, and Manny Duku on his full debut, having just signed for the club up front, has had one or two good touches as well. Ipswich haven't made any changes. From what I can glean from Ipswich, around about the hour mark, their manager Kieran McKenna expects certain of his players to run themselves into the ground, and then they will bring on players after that. They have a very strong bench in a championship context. There's a tackle from Aluko, but I think Bone's done well there as well, just on the ball.
I mean, Ipswich will be stung by that, Matt, won't they? You know, and when quality professional footballers get stung, look out. But, you know, Maidstone have done brilliantly so far, so who's to say they can't go on?
McKenna doesn't strike me as an old-fashioned hairdryer merchant, but he may have had one or two choice words, but they have had their chances, as George Elokobi was saying. Hit the post twice, they've carved Mason open a couple more times, and really should have had 2-3 goals by now, but that's why we love football.
I was going to say, it's an extraordinary sport, isn't it?
It really is. The emotions dangling you on the end of a string here. Hutchison turns really well away from Cipriano. We'll go through the Ipswich lineup in just a second. Lays it back towards Twanzebe. Twanzebe is 35 yards out. Back to Ball on the right-hand side. Morsey, the Ipswich captain, to Edmondson, to Humphreys. Just playing the ball around. Taylor, I've probably gone through the 11 a couple of times by now. I've probably named them all by now. It's Walton in goal. The back four of Ball, Twanzebe, Edmondson and Humphreys. But Humphreys will spend more time in the opposition half as more of a wing back. Can they come on the counter here? They can't. It's broken up by Twanzebe as the hopeful ball's lofted forward. Their anchormen in midfield, they're very much a 4-2-3-1, I suppose, in formation, with Jack Taylor alongside captain Sam Morsey. Right-hand side is Amari Hutchinson. Left-hand side is Jeremy Sarmiento. Both of those hit the woodwork in the opening few minutes. Sonny Aluko is between them, pulling the strings. The former Reading midfielder who should have scored probably just before Lamar Reynolds did, but missed, fluffed his lines. And Nathan Broadhead is the lone striker.
It's good shape again by Maidstone, actually, Matt, and they're just making Ipswich work really. I said, come on then, try and carve us open if you can. Great shape.
Yeah, why wouldn't you, honestly? Keep that shape and make Ipswich make the running, and here they are. Morsey out towards Sarmiento. They're playing in front of the North Stand. That's where most of the noise comes from here at Portman Road. And they've gone very quiet so far. Let's hope they can keep them quiet. Shifts his man there. Was that Don Ball just coming inside?
Yeah,
it was on the right-hand side, and he's won himself. No, it's gone off for a goal kick.
Goal kick, yeah. I thought it was a corner, Matt.
It's hit Hutchinson on the way through, and it might have clonked him in the face, actually, because he's just a little bit slow getting up. But those are the 2 11s, and we'll go through the 2 benches as well, because Maidstone will have some tired legs at some point.
Yeah.
They still lead, by the way. 48 minutes gone. I don't tire of saying that. Ipswich 0, Maidstone 1, Lamar Reynolds. Exquisite goal. Their substitute bench: goalkeeper Harley Earl, Chiaz Enelim, Reece Greenwich, Riley Court, Sam Smith, Bivish Gurung, Pierre Yandolo. For Ipswich, they have a number of regular first teamers who they might just want to switch on to power through. Harry Clark, regular right back. Leif Davis, arguably their player of the year, and absolutely crucial to the way they play down the left, attacking left back with plenty of assists as well. He's a real handful. Luke Wolfenden, who used to play with George Fowler in the Ipswich academy, regular centre back. Wes Burns, who scored a couple of amazing goals for them this season. Colin Chaplin, their top scorer.
Great player, Pyer. What a game of Pyers have.
He really has. Great tackle. Harness, Travis, both midfield players, and Gerard Boabo, the one young player that Ipswich have in the squad. They've won the ball here. Maidstone, tackle from Twanzebe. It runs to Sam Corn.
Give it out.
Reynolds is free. Just maybe tarried too long on there. Reynolds will get the ball now. Will he just smash that into? He's into the box. Step overs. Dead ball line. Cross. Headed away by.
Hit it.
Humphreys, toe in by Bone, just couldn't get onto it. I think Taylor had got back to make that challenge, and just as the ball was hanging, you thought maybe it'll drop for Sam Bone, he can volley it goalwards.
I think they were 4-on-2 for a minute there, Matt, and that really was. I think Sam Corn should have just given it a bit earlier. It's a good ball out by Ipswich.
Yeah, it's out towards Hutchinson. Now the defending to Kiprianu.
Well played. Great
tackle. He's in front of his home fans now. He was on, obviously, the opposite side of the pitch, the left back, for the first half, but he'll be getting plenty of applause there. But
Pyer's got a bit of a knock there, Matt. You're just feeling his thigh a bit there.
Again, with 5 minutes to the second half, and Maidstone have had their first attack, and again, we don't take that lightly.
No,
this is not a side they should be living with, let alone beating.
No, it's crazy. It's absolute crazy.
Here's Twanzebe. Once again, as we said at the top of the programme, this is not a weakened Ipswich side. There are plenty of first teamers in here. Here's Humphreys, left-hand side, back towards Edmondson. Edmondson alongside him to Jack Taylor. Taylor will go on the left foot to shoot.
Good block.
Good block indeed. Off Hoyt. Here's Adjapong out towards Lamar Reynolds. We already know what he can do. He's loping forward. Twanzebe watching the ball closely. Reynolds comes inside, lays it off to Corn. Corn, dink ball, but actually it's going to go too far. Was Reynolds fouled? He's gone down heavily, but referee says no. Time to get up. Ipswich take the throw quickly.
But again, just a chink of light as they came forward, Matt. You know, and it's opening up for them. Ipswich have got to come forward. They've got to commit. And Maidstone exploiting that with some fantastic defence. I've got to say, Paul Pyer, I think, has been absolutely superb.
Yeah, as you say, just feeling his thigh a little bit. Maybe just moving still a bit heavy. We'll keep half an eye on him. Ipswich waste a ball. It's gone off for a throw. And I won't say, Ipswich heads aren't going down. They're a more professional side than that. But I just wonder if they're just a bit puzzled here. It doesn't seem to be working for them.
51 minutes, Matt. It's like we've played 6 minutes of the second half, and the clock, it just keeps going down. And I think I'm just befuddling. It's bemusing why Ipswich haven't scored.
He's Broadhead now out towards Hutchinson, but he's going to keep that little angle ball. Hutchinson going to get onto it. Kovalan's quickly off his line. Lovely idea from Broadhead. The execution not quite there, and Kovalan's done the right thing. He's come off his line really quickly, got there ahead of Amari Hutchinson, dived at his feet, all in orange this afternoon. The amber and black, of course, of Maidstone, the blue and white of Ipswich, both their home kits. Kovalan's looking around him, just making sure there's no one behind him. I don't know if he had a look at Anthony Taylor there to see whether he'd taken too much time in the ball. Out towards Seoul, right-hand side.
Good territorial advantage there for Maidstone.
Maidstone have a throw, right-hand side. It's going to be taken by
those fans opposite, Matt. What's going through their head at the moment? I mean, they're dreaming, aren't they? They're in dreamland here.
I don't know if you're a Maidstone fan listening to this. I don't know quite almost how you can cope with this. It's wonderful.
It really is.
53 minutes gone, but we know what football can be like.
Yeah, it can change very, very quickly.
Ball over the top to try and find Barkley. Adjapong, though, from Sam Corn. Won't get there. It's going to be Edmondson to cut the ball out.
Nice take. They got it back.
They've won it again off at Hutchinson. Bone and Kipriani was he fouled. Referee says play on. He says play on to Lamar Reynolds. He's going to keep on going. He turns his back on Hutchinson and then full circle back to Pyer back to George Fowler, back on home turf, as it were. How sweet would that be for him to come here, a player that didn't make it really through the ranks at Ipswich and comes back maybe to haunt them as
that would be astonishing, wouldn't it? Really would. This is full of stories and subplots this afternoon.
It never ceases to amaze, and Maidstone have kept us absolutely starry-eyed through this run. Morsey to Broadhead to Aluko outright towards ball now as they threaten once more Ipswich. Aluko edge of the box to Taylor. Taylor lays it off. Good foot in by Appiah. They read that again.
Again Appiah. He's great at that.
And here's Reynolds trying to run Morsey. Morsey is strong. Step over from Reynolds. He's still got the ball though. The Maidstone forward, and it deflects away to Sambone. Yeah, he's done well. Appiah then back to his goalkeeper. It's launched forward by Kovalan and over Reynolds' head. Again, territorial, I suppose, advantage for Maidstone.
A little bit of respite, a little bit of a breather. Clock goes down a bit more. 54 minutes now. Still scoreboard not lying. Ipswich 0, Maidstone 1. We can hardly believe it. Maidstone fans can't believe it. Ipswich fans can't believe it.
No, the Ipswich fans have woken up from their slumbers here with I won't say an anxious come on Ipswich, but a little bit of, you can understand them saying, not really what we expected
there was a few boos at half-time actually, Matt. I don't know if you heard them. Just amongst the Maidstone cheers, there were a few boos there.
Well, you know how it is when sides start winning games, and Maidstone have suffered that themselves, is that expectations just grow and grow, but they're losing to a non-league side.
Well, I don't think nobody expected this. We talk about expectations, nobody could have expected this, Matt. I mean, it's beyond the wildest dreams, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder what Kieran McKenna, the Ipswich manager, will make of this, what subs we'll see, but never mind that at the moment. Maidstone is still leading. Luco just turns on the edge of the box. Good tackle again, Appiah.
He's been wonderful, Appiah.
Brilliant. Just a loose ball
he looks
there.
Like he's putting up now, Matt. I think he's in trouble, Appiah.
Maybe so. On the counter-attack, Ipswich, it's Taylor. Sarmiento, there's gaps now. Sarmiento shoots, deflected. Oh, that's cruel. It's cruel. Of all the ways they can equalise, Sarmiento has, to be fair, gone for the near post. He's dropped his shoulder. He's drilled it. It's come off, I think, Gavin Hoyt or maybe Sambone. Deflected. Kovalan given no chance. That is the equaliser from Ipswich on 55 minutes. You could say it's coming in broken play. Maidstone trying to come forward, perhaps just leaving a little gaps at the back. Sarmiento, who's been the best player on the pitch for Ipswich, perhaps has got what he deserves. It's the equaliser here, but Maidstone are still in this game. They were leading. A draw won't be bad, let's face it, to take them back to the Gallagher, but Ipswich's pressure at last telling for them. Now real test of character for Maidstone.
Absolutely massive test of character now. They've got to step up, the big players now. Your Kovalans, your Corns, your Hoyts, your Appiahs, But it was cruel that it got a bit of a deflection like that, Matt. But as you say, it was like an unstoppable force in the end. And here are some substitutions.
Yeah, well, here we go. Here's I went to the cavalry, but maybe heavy artillery, as Connor Chaplin, their leading scorer.
Right. Chaplin
comes on for Sonny Aluko, who's gone off. He'll play in that number 10 role, 10 on his back, and regular right back Harry Clark, also of this parish in Suffolk, will come on with ball going off. Those are
Leif Davis.
Leif Davis as a third coming on for Cameron Humphreys. Well, even though they've equalised, I think Kieran McKenna is following a pattern here. He's brought on 3 here. He's absolutely nailed
Top
on
guns.
First teamers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a sign of respect, isn't it, for Maidstone that they've come on. But big relief. You can see the relief was palpable at Portman Road here for the home fans.
Yeah, ball out towards the left-hand side. And here is Davis. He'll run Hoyt. Oh goodness me! He's drawn the contact. It was
a soft one, I think.
It was soft, but he's drawn it and gone down. The referee has said
he's got no option.
It's enough, and this is a dangerous position. It's a booking, the first booking of the game for Gavin Hoyt. I feel like that's a little bit harsh.
I think it's a little bit harsh. I think it was minimal contact, but Davis perhaps made the most of it. But technically it was a foul.
I might go for Anthony Taylor though here. If he thinks that's a foul, and Ipswich are on the break towards the dead ball line, it probably is a booking, but it just felt a bit soft. But
it did indeed.
But Davis,
immediate impact by Davis, though, as you talked about his prowess.
He's their assist leader. Absolutely, is a real force down this left-hand side. Takes all the set pieces as well. Reece Greenwich. Liam Sol's coming off, and Reece Greenwich coming on. So defensive reinforcements. We'll see what that means because Sol is limping off, isn't he? So we'll see what that means for Maidstone's lineup. A very shortly.
Sol will remember that for a long time. He'll remember that ball, Matt, and that's something he'll be telling his grandkids about. Liam Sol, what a ball for the goal, though. What a ball that was.
Assist at Portman Road for the opener. This is dangerous, very dangerous indeed, though, for Maidstone.
Big 10 minutes now for
Maidstone. Don't want to go concede too quickly. Shot coming from Chaplin just over the bar.
Training ground routine there, so between the two subs. Nearly came off, Matt.
And just having seen Ipswich highlights, you don't have to do much due diligence to know that that's Connor Chaplin's area, just inside the box, edge of the box, balls dragged back to him, but he is elusive. Championship sides have tried and failed to stop him. On that occasion, I would say, again, it's a sigh of relief for Maidstone.
Absolutely. I think there might be a lot of sighs of relief there. But Maidstone, look, 1-1. Let's not get too despondent. They're still in the game. They're still drawing. Duco wins the header.
Yeah, I mean, people were talking about, I'm sure home fans were saying, would it be 4, would it be 5? Wait a minute, Lamar Reynolds gets in behind the defence, but Clark heads the ball away from him, Harry Clark.
Well, some people were talking about cricket scores, weren't they?
They really were.
Certainly rugby scores.
Yeah.
And, it certainly hasn't transpired in the first hour. Doesn't look like it's going to either.
This will be really tough, given Ipswich's game plan of bringing on 3 first-teamers to test perhaps the tired legs as well of Maidstone. But
Bone's been good as well, Matt. Sam Bone's been good.
So they've shown such resolve and such strength and such fitness in that previous game.
Yeah, tenacity, mental strength as well. They haven't been overawed. I think the first 10 minutes they possibly were overawed, but we kept using that phrase, settled, grow into the game, and they did.
It's Chaplin then to Clark, right-hand side. Back to Chaplin, Connor Chaplin, corner of the box here. But I think there was a foot in from Barclay Ajipong, and it's cleared in the end by corner way towards halfway. Just seeing how they're shaping up. It is very much a 5 now for Maidstone, isn't it, at the back?
Yeah, very much a 5.
Greenwich has gone into there, so it's Hoyt playing as wing-back effectively now on the right-hand side, Cipriano on the left-hand side, and it's a Paya, foul and Greenwich. Stray ball. Maidstone will take that. It's a throw. Hour gone. And although Ipswich have come back into that, and that's a slight lower in the tone of excitement perhaps for Maidstone fans, it's Ipswich 1, Maidstone 1. Where on earth did this come from?
I know, but just looking around us, Matt, when that goal went in, as I say, the relief, it was joy, but it was relief from the Ipswich fans, because they knew they were in the game, and their nerves were fluttering, I think.
Yeah, headed on by
play.
Maidstone towards Reynolds, it'll break to Barclay Ajipong. We take the shot on, feints, goes past a man, falls, well, not really under challenge. I think he was always going down, and George Edmondson is making that point to the referee. Maidstone fans in the corner, they are absolutely certain, those Maidstone fans, that was a penalty.
And they're kicking every ball, aren't they, heading in every ball, but great little surge forward really there by Ajipong, and nicely played in there by Reynolds. It was a good little move there by Maidstone.
Loved his feet, and I think it's the first time that Ajipong's really had a chance to run and show his skills.
Good at that.
Ball over the top here behind the defence, and Hutchinson gets in for Ipswich. Gathering in the centre now. Hutchinson takes it past Cipriano, but going back away from goal. Morsey, low ball in. Sarmiento scuffs it, mishits it. We'll take those all day long for Maidstone United past the post goal kick.
Absolutely,
1-1.
but I still think that the Maidstone defence has been exemplary today, actually. I know they've been bridged, they got carved open a bit in the first 10 minutes, but I think they've been absolutely superb. Players like Fowler, we keep talking about Paya, I think it's been an absolute...
Bhivesh Gurung is about to come on for Jacob Barclay Ajipong. Absolutely slightly more defensive in terms of midfielder, but Matt, you'll know he's got a decent...
He's got a decent dig on him, Matt. Absolutely. Where he pulled that one out of, I don't know.
Goal of the round, second
goal of the round. I mean, I was right behind that goal, and it actually arrowed in like an absolute howitzer, Matt. And... maybe it could be Bhivesh's moment again. I don't know. He's not overawed by the situation. Maidstone lad, of course. Wouldn't that be wonderful to see him get another one?
Such a wonderful story in the second round, that wasn't it, for Bhivesh Gurung, and the ball flicked on actually into the path almost of Duku by Clark, but it is just a foot in from Edmondson from the Ipswich defender. Will stop the Maidstone striker running in on goal there, but again
they're giving them a few headaches at the back, Matt. They're not. Maidstone defenders have been in the game this afternoon.
Gurung with the tackle there. It's ridden by Taylor, who's driving forward. Nibble on him by Bone. Referee just says play on.
Greenwich got a good tackle in there.
Yeah, Sarmiento. They had to stop the momentum, and Greenwich was there for it. Morsey then. He's got Broadhead running off him. Davis is lurking on the left. They'll find him now. Leif Davis. First time ball curl towards the far post. Overhit.
Too far.
Again.
Yeah.
Maidstone will take that. Throw on the far side. So George Alacobi he is almost kicking every ball. He was certainly on the pitch when the goal was scored for Maidstone. And dare I say it, it's not a given. The referees are given very strict instructions about what happens with coaches and what happens with players during game time. But Anthony Taylor, credit to him and the assistants, just letting them do it.
Spirit of the game, understand it. That's intelligent officiating, isn't it? You're understanding the importance and the emotion of the game.
There was nothing contentious about it. It was all sheer joy, and that's what we're watching this game for. This ball will break to Sarmiento. Can't get a full shot on it because Fowler was there to stop him. Once again, though,
they all
combination of Hutchinson and Chaplin trying to wriggle their way through. But 64 minutes gone, so I like to give referees credit where it's due.
No, absolutely, and I think you're absolutely right. We have to call it out. I think he's had a good game, actually, Anthony Taylor. He's done well.
He's a decent referee, isn't he?
One of the best, I think.
Ball up towards the centre circle. Cipriano will get the ball back, actually, from Clark after he tried to get out to Reynolds, but now Hutchinson has the ball.
Let's get back Cipriano.
He has indeed. He's done so well there. Hutchinson is tricky, he's fast, but Cipriano...
He's matched him, hasn't he?
He has.
He's at least giving him a game.
Now they're doubling up there on the right-hand side. Here's Connor Chaplin, slips it through for Sarmiento. No, he doesn't, because Cipriano gets a tackle in. Then Rhys Greenwich gets the tackle in.
Dooku's off.
Oh, counter-attack, just can't quite control it. He's saying to Rhys Greenwich, could it not have been in the left-hand channel? I think Greenwich did what he could with the time available, I would suggest.
Yeah, no, I think so, Matt.
And Sarmiento.
Fowler, good pressure by Fowler.
They've won the ball here, or it's been given away. Here's Reynolds. He's got Corn. Sam Corn in the middle. Takes on the keeper. He's oh my word! Sam Corn puts Maidstone back in the lead. I do not believe it. On the counter-attack, Sam Corn put them through to the fourth round with his penalty in open play. They have torn Championship Ipswich asunder, and they are 2-1 up on 65 minutes. The non-league side, 97 places between these two teams in the pyramid. This is astonishing. Maidstone take the lead again at Portman Road. I'll say it again. They lead again, Maidstone. Ipswich 1, Maidstone United 2, 66 minutes gone.
I have no words, Matt. I have no words. Sam Corn, where did that come from? Ipswich equalised. We thought, OK, parity restored. Ipswich are going to go on and win. Maidstone, full credit, massive credit to them. Their heads haven't gone down. They've kept playing. Fantastic ball in. Corn was going like a hare down the middle. He was free. He took it. He drew Walton. What a finish again by Maidstone. Unbelievable scenes here at Portman Road.
This is madness. Absolute madness on BBC Radio Kent. This is... I'm really stuck for words. We are halfway through the second half.
This is astonishing.
Look, they shouldn't be 1-0 up, listeners. You know that if you listen to any of our coverage through this. At 1-1, they should crumble. They should go behind. Ipswich should come away with this game. They should not be going up and taking the lead again.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
Oh, man.
It's
they still
bananas.
have work to do. There's no doubt about it. But what moments for those Maidstone fans. Hutchinson towards Morsey, curls it into the area. It's a Leif Davis on the far side now. Defending to do. They smuggle it through. They won't. Ipswich. Sarmiento meets an amber wall with that shot, and it's cleared.
Oh, this is just unbelievable, Matt. This is FA Cup football at its absolute apex, its peak. It's brilliant what's happening here at Portman Road. It's fantastic. George Alacobi down there in a cap, kicking every ball.
And now into the box. Morsey to Chaplin. And it's cleared by Fowler.
This is the side that can't. Their league form has not been great, Matt. I mean, what is happening in the FA Cup? This is absolute. This is some magic at play. Sorcery. I don't know what's going on, Matt.
We said magic a lot, and the cavalry is coming for Ipswich, and fans all around us, and three sides of the ground rising to Wes Burns. Hutchinson's coming off, but well, crikey, as I said, the heavy artillery are here. And before Maidstone scored their second, I was going to say, Matt, Ipswich were basically the Man City of League One last year in terms of firepower, financial power. They had sides camping in their own box throughout the second half of the season and broke them down, not at will but regularly, scoring big goals. Here they've scored once and Maidstone have scored twice.
I mean, it just defies logic, it defies belief. It is absolutely extraordinary. It's the only word I can find to describe what's unfolding here at Portman Road.
Can they hang on to something here? Is that a foul on Burns? It's a corner.
Yeah.
It's Greenwich who went over to meet him, and Davis will go over and take this corner. There's plenty of pressure. There is plenty of time for Ipswich. Make no mistake.
Absolutely.
We make no bones about it. Again, if you've listened to our coverage, you'll know how good this Ipswich side are. I mean, just by their league position, they've got 20 minutes to score twice. That is well within their wheelhouse. But Maidstone have shown such resolve. Coverland's gone down in his goal. I think he's been pulled up there by Connor Chaplin. He's animated, is Lucas Coverland.
Paul Appiah's just keeping his eye on.
I think he's shouting at Sam Bones, saying, "Come back here." They brought on another sub, I believe.
There's all sorts of going on in there.
Ipswich brought another sub ball into the near post. Burns is there. It's clear by Lamar Reynolds. So I believe that Gerard Boabo has come on for them as well. 51, he has indeed. The one sort of real youngster that Ipswich are blooding a striker ostensibly, so he's almost actually Broadhead's gone back into that attacking role. There we are.
Right.
Sarmiento has come off, so Broadhead playing his more natural position on the left hand side, sort of an inside left, old fashioned, an inside forward, inverted forward if you like in new parlance. Boabo will be the striker, but you know, they bring fresh legs on and Maidstone are still winning. Here's Bone, they've done really well to win that. Gurung and Corn, the goal scorer. Sam Corn, what a player he's been for Maidstone.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big game player, isn't he? That's a foul.
Really well done by Bhivesh Gurung there. Boabo perhaps showing his inexperience there. Gurung showing his professionalism, has just turned his back on Boabo to shield the ball, drawn the foul. Maidstone get more respite,
really
more
good.
time off the clock.
Talk about Sam Corno. He scored that goal against Barrow, didn't he? Got the penalty against Stevenage and come the, cool as a cucumber, doesn't he? And finished brilliantly. He's a man for the big occasion, is he? As you say, what a player he's been for Maidstone United.
So 5 subs on for Ipswich Town. What else are the stats? 732 teams started the FA Cup. There are 32 left. Maidstone are one of them. The important stat. It's Ipswich 1, Maidstone 2, but here's Broadhead, just tries to drop the shoulder again. Appiah's done really well, just keeping his eye on the ball, not going for the trickery. Ball out towards the right-hand side. And this is a low ball into the area. Clark shoots, saved by goalkeeper Colavan.
Good hands, Coverland.
Right in front of him, to be fair, but I think he's got the sun in his eyes a little bit there as well. But kept it in.
Took the sting out of it, Matt. It wasn't the hardest shot, but it's still good hands. Still had to hold it and did well, the Brazilian keeper there.
Oh, absolutely. Right hand side, Wes Burns there with the assist. Up towards the Ipswich back line from Maidstone.
It can't happen, can it, Matt?
I still don't think it can.
It can't, can it?
Your head says
it can't.
It can't.
It's just nuts. It's just.
What a ride this is, though. Maidstone, fantastic. Such pride. But now Burns skips past Cipriano into the Maidstone penalty area, drags it back to
no one.
No one in particular. George Edmondson has to go and retrieve the ball. That's
Duke had a bit of a fly hack there.
Is Duke okay there? I think has he done his shoulder?
I think he might have done, Matt. I think he might have injured himself in the process there, and Ipswich fans don't like it. They think he's. I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. As he fell, immediate pain on his. Well, he is flexing it now, so maybe it's just the impact. Leif Davis is offering to pull him up by his injured arm. I don't think
it's not
Dooku's going for that. Will it be Sam Morsey making his point to the referee? But I gather that's not a rarity either.
No, indeed.
One of those players, there's one in every team, at least one in every team that likes to referee the game with the referee.
Yes. 72 minutes, 73 nearly. This is crazy.
Drop ball, Dooku gets himself back up, rubs the shoulder ruefully, but now Ipswich will come in waves here. 73 minutes gone. They got 17 minutes plus stoppages to rescue their FA Cup. I was going to go for another stat in a minute, but perhaps we'll wait for this attack to go out. Here's a Clark to Burns inside the penalty area, 1-on-1. Fires it across the goal.
Oh, that had to be, didn't it?
Wes Burns is lethal.
I mean, that had to be, Matt. He must have dragged it. I mean,
it's a charmed life for Maidstone here, and I am loving it.
I'm starting to think there is some sort of, some sort of charm going on, because
I wonder. They've had 2 shots. They've scored them both with fantastic finishes and great moves.
Yeah,
but they've been under the cosh.
Ipswich have dominated, and who's coming off? Yandolo. Bones coming off.
Yeah, we've got Riley Court coming on as well.
What a moment for Riley Court as well.
Right.
Big moment for Riley Court.
So that's Court for Bone, is that right? And Yandolo's coming on for... Is it Lamar Reynolds? No.
Looks like it might be Reynolds, actually. He's coming off.
It is Lamar Reynolds. Races run, but what a game.
Yeah. Oh, what a moment for him. What a day. He will never, ever, ever forget that. 27,763, Matt. I mean, we were there on Tuesday against Braintree. What was that, 1,300 or something?
Yeah.
1,700 maybe, I can't remember. But nothing compared to today.
The occasion... Maidstone have already risen to it. There's no question over that now. They weathered those first 10 minutes when easily it could have all gone wrong.
They've done those travelling fans more than proud. They've given them some memories that will last a lifetime, and I mean that.
I know, as fans, we'll all at this point be doing bargaining. We'll be like, perhaps, OK, they can get one, but let's go back to the Gallagher. They can have one. We can't dream of hanging on to 2-1, can we? Well, no, I mean, just Ipswich, maybe they can.
We've been waiting for the big guns that came on, to have an impact. They haven't really, Matt.
Not as
your
yet.
Chaplins and your Burns.
And time is ticking away. It's 75 minutes on the clock now. This is 15 minutes plus stoppage time. I'm unashamedly going to be doing a countdown because this is dreamland. It's threaded in between the fullbacks. Burns across the goal, but he's cleared by Appiah. In the end, it was bad decision making. I thought Burns was just going to try and take it past Coverland there. He dragged it back trying to find Broadhead. Appiah's in the way, as he's been all afternoon.
Yeah, he's been magnificent, Paul Appiah. Absolutely magnificent at the back there for Maidstone. But how long can this go on for?
Hoping another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right-hand side.
Kind of rhetorical, but it's still literal as well.
Clark with the green boots to Morsey is a good 35 yards out, if not more. Harry Clark takes on his man, goes past Court, it's floated into the box. Taylor goes up. Can they get a shot in here? It's a challenge from Dooku. No.
Yeah, it's a good decision by Taylor.
It's gone the other way.
It's a good decision.
Anthony Taylor is closer than anybody else on this pitch.
He got it absolute spot on there, Matt.
He's gone down under what Anthony Taylor is saying is no challenge.
Absolutely
from Manny
brilliant
Dooku.
refereeing by Anthony Taylor.
It's a yellow card.
Edmondson. It wasn't a penalty.
I always think that's slightly harder for a big centre half to do than it is perhaps for someone with a lower centre gravity. It looks worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks go down in instalments, don't they, tend to? But I think that was good refereeing by Taylor. Did really well there.
It's a free kick, and
they're getting nervous.
Another minute and a half off the clock.
They're getting nervous, Ipswich. They're getting very nervous.
Those chants you can hear, they're coming from Maidstone fans across the ground.
I mean,
Ipswich should still win this. Let's
put our heads there. Running out of time. This is the thing. This is. We've got 13 minutes to play of whatever compared to whatever he adds on. It's running down, Matt.
Yeah, I mean they're not running out of steam, Ipswich. There's no doubt about that. They've had a couple of really, really good chances for Wes Burns and Connor Chaplin in the last few minutes, but they're not taking them at the moment. Crossfield ball. It's a good one towards Burns. Cipriani goes out there. He must be running on fumes by now, surely. They're so fit, these Maidstone players. Morsey onto his left foot to Taylor. Taylor onto his right. Block shot. He gets it back. Morsey, angle ball out to the left-hand side. We'll try and find Leif Davis. Bit of miscontrol by the Ipswich left-back.
Got 10 men behind the ball now, Maidstone.
Yeah, absolutely packed behind. And into the penalty area. Fowler's there to intercept. Hoyt onto Dooku, who's, that's an up and under, but going backwards. That's young Riley Court. He played on Tuesday against Braintree. Bit of a different challenge.
Yeah, he was very good against Braintree on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, deserves his sub-appearance here. Here's really Burns, right-hand side. Morsey, Ipswich are just relentless as they were in the first half, looking for this opening. Mason hoping against hope they can just hold on here to this 2-1 lead. Davis headed away by Appiah. He's been an absolute rock, as you pointed out from early on.
He's been superb, Apaya. He seems to have shaken off that knock as well.
George Elokobi chose him instead of Reece Greenwood in the centre of defence, and that's certainly paid dividends so far. Low ball into the area. Chaplin will turn onto his left foot, shoots low ball. Coverland behind it. Not much sting in it, but
no sting in it at all. Easy for Coverland, and that'll probably get down another minute or so. Will go down, and Coverland will take all the time he needs to. He'll draw this one out. He'll string it out. The clock continues to go down. We're nearly at 80 now, Matt.
78 minutes and change on the clock. Lucas Coverland is taking his time. Anthony Taylor has not told him to hurry up, so a long kick forward. Twanzebe heads it right towards Clark. Harry Clark now has got Burns outside him. He just steps over the ball and now will take on his man. Cuts inside, outside of the foot, pass towards Davis. Hoyt gets there, Garung gets there and offers it away from the box there. It's not quite gone for a throw here. Good run there by Yandolo, getting a foot on the ball, but now it breaks for Morsey. Corner of the box, Sam Morsey, angle ball, Boabo now for Ipswich. Low ball into the penalty area, half away and now away by Sam Corn.
It's just at the moment, Matt, it's all going to a Maidstone boot. It's just like finding them. The ricochets, the rebounds are all going to Maidstone. The luck may be with them.
25 shots already for Ipswich, 6 on target, 2 shots, 2 goals for Maidstone. Those stats a few minutes ago actually, but Coverland clears into touch. But as the phrase goes, the stat that matters, Ipswich Town 1, Maidstone United 2 here on BBC Radio Kent, the sports. We followed them throughout this run. What an incredible ride it's been. Here's Davis, left hand side, low ball to Morsey. Clark now, shaven headed, forward towards Chaplin. So dangerous, out towards Wes Burns, another really dangerous player for Ipswich. Clark with the ball, low ball to Chaplin, disguises it. Morsey with the shot blocked by Reece Greenwood as he comes out. And now Dooku, I think, is probably one wing down, holding up right.
Yeah, he looks a bit laboured, doesn't he?
He does. It's a poor back pass by Twanzebe, and that means that Christian Walton has to scramble back into his penalty area and get it, and more time comes off the clock into the last 10 minutes plus stoppages. Maidstone lead by 2-1 here with Matt Cole and Matt Eastley on already a magical day.
Yeah, whatever happens now, Matt, whatever happens in these last 10 minutes, Maidstone Football Club have done them, the town, Kent, if you like, absolutely proud. Let's not make no mistake about the enormity of what they've achieved this afternoon.
Their story's already gone around the world on various forms of media. If they win this, it will go absolutely mad. Broadhead's free though, and that's a deflected shot. I'm quite sure he's done there. I think it's come off Sam Corn, has it? He gets off very heavily. Corn, yeah. It's going to be a corner kick. You might just keep an eye on this to see if they'll play it quickly, but no, they trust Leif Davis's delivery, and well they might. 8 minutes and change plus stoppages until the end of this game, and it's Maidstone who lead by 2-1. This is astonishing. The Ipswich fans have seen something they don't like. Ball into the near post. Chaplin once again has made the run for Davis.
It's coming to a Maidstone boot, Matt. Every time it comes loose, it's finding that's when you start to think, is it their day? You know, you've got to start thinking it is.
I'm just looking at all those Maidstone fans, imagining the
hearts must be going. I was
going to say, the ecstasies, the agonies of every Ipswich pass for them. Ball spread out towards the right-hand side. Burns won't keep it on. And
nice.
As you said, just the feeling in the last couple of minutes, Matt, just the intensity perhaps from Ipswich going down a little bit, and maybe the accuracy is going down, and maybe they're just feeling in their heart of hearts.
Is the desire going down? I mean, are they thinking, okay, it's not to be. We're going to get promotion to the Premier? I don't know. It's just
George Elokobi and all the players have said, and your head says as well, Ipswich have to have a bad day for Maidstone to win this one, and perhaps they are just settling into something which is not.
We said, great. Didn't we? Those couple of times they hit the woodwork in the first 10 minutes, we thought, well, could this be a sign?
Yeah.
And maybe it was.
I mean, I probably went too early at 20 minutes, but there we go.
Oh,
maybe not. 8 minutes to go, plus stoppages. Free kick for Ipswich, though, hugging the touchline towards the right-hand side, or a couple of yards in for Leif Davis. Lethal with the left boot. Defending to do here. Coverland is just trying to organise his defence. The amber and black of Maidstone. Davis gives the signal. Maidstone lead, but under the severest of tests here. Ball curled into the area. Corn gets a header on it. I think that might be a corner.
Another corner.
It's a diving header, but actually Sam Corn stopped it getting to Connor Chaplin, so I think they probably would settle for that.
I think so, Matt. I think so. And, well, they've just got to... Don't foul for start, just do your jobs.
There's a nervous hush on all four sides of the stadium. Maidstone fans hoping against hope, Ipswich fans willing it in. Cross comes in, Coverland flicks it away, he saved it off the line, scramble in the 6-yard box, it's still live, Coverland goes on top of it. I don't know who got the touch from an Ipswich point of view, but Coverland has clawed it off the line. There's a scramble. The Brazilian keeper dives on top of it. There are 4 Maidstone players in a heap, but they have the ball. Ipswich fan booing because they think this is time wasting, but somehow
that was the moment, Matt, wasn't it? That was the moment. That was a great delivery, great header. Coverland, though, point blank save, somehow kept it out. I thought somehow it had to go in from the rebound. It didn't. Charmed life doesn't begin to even describe what's happened this afternoon on the Maidstone goal. It's only been breached once, but the dream is coming into view, Matt. The reality is coming into view.
And the tension of that set piece has been broken by the Maidstone fans.
That's a pile.
Amber Black Army on the other side of the pitch from us.
Yeah,
incredible.
It's Paul Piles down.
Bit of cramp for him, and not surprising. I think he's been limping, as you were pointing out, for most of the second half.
Yeah, he has. He's been absolutely magnificent. He's been my man of the match thus far. Been absolutely superb. And well, Ipswich running out of ideas, Matt. This is the thing. How important that Sam. I didn't think the Sam Corn goal. I just didn't. Just defies belief. I mean, the Reynolds goal did as well. But when Ipswich equalised, that was it. That was normality. That was normal service restored.
And they had a set piece just after it, didn't they? A free kick right close to the edge of the box, and you thought that's a danger. If they go 2-1 down, is that the end of the game? Probably at that point for Maidstone. But they've scored 2 goals in the counter-attack. Both of them taken absolutely brilliantly. With ice in the veins of Lamar Reynolds at the end of the first half and Sam Corn halfway through the second. Ipswich coming forward now. There's still time left. Ball over the top. They've done that again, Clark. But no, too far.
Yeah.
5 minutes plus stoppages to go. Maidstone to hang on.
Just got to. I mean, time waste with impunity now. I would. I know it's not really in the spirit of the game, but this is so big, Matt. I think take all the time you want. That's what I'd be doing. And Coverland is going to do that. George Alacobi there, still on his feet, clapping his players on, applauding, directing traffic down there. He's living every moment of this, Matt. What a moment. What a story for George Alacobi this is.
Just incredible. Here is Lucas Coverland then. Drives it long. The Maidstone goalkeeper up towards Dooku. It's flicked forward by Ipswich, but Cipriano is there once again. He's had a heck of a game under severe pressure on the right-hand side from the Ipswich wingers. They brought a fresh one on, and still he's keeping pace with them. Gurung's done well. Really good. He's got his body in the way. He's fallen on top of the ball. There's frustration all round us from Ipswich fans. I think he's basically obstructed a passage to the ball, but he's just got his body in the way.
There. He wanted it. The desire that Bivesh Gurung showed there. I was just looking down at George Alacobi. He loved it. He was applauding it with such appreciation there. Gurung's work, that kind of dirty work that players do. The untidy stuff, but he did it brilliantly, and he called it at the same time, Matt. He's probably bought about 30 seconds of extra time.
Maidstone fans in full voice across the pitch from us. It'll break to Riley Court here, chipping it right towards Dooku, but instead Davis intercepts. It's headed half away by Apaya. Yandolo is there, caught forward towards Dooku. He's absolutely out on his feet.
Yeah,
the Maidstone centre forward,
doesn't he, Dooku? And he's
not had much football recently, let alone arriving very shortly.
He's showing it there. Good work by Yandolo. Good pressure.
Yeah, Morsey turns, but they're making them, as you say. The pressure is taking time off the clock. It's making Ipswich really work for any opening they're getting. Here comes Chaplin barrelling forward. That's not a good challenge by Corn. But it is a foul.
Probably a good one.
He'll take that one.
Yeah.
Chaplin was free running. They've taken the free kick quickly. Burns right hand side. 2 minutes. What are your nerves like at home here? 2 minutes. Plus stoppages. The ball's threaded through here. Burns drops the shoulder, but
coming away
Cipriano
again.
Was just watching him like a hawk and took the ball off his toe. Edmondson tries to smuggle it forward. Apaya puts his foot through it. Those Maidstone fans across the pitch love
88 minutes. 88 minutes. Can you believe it? The scoreboard doesn't lie, but I still can't believe it's not lying. It's just extraordinary, Matt. I'm running out of adjectives to describe this.
This shouldn't be happening. Shouldn't be in the fourth round. Shouldn't be a goal to up. No. Shouldn't be 2-1 up. Shouldn't have beaten Barrow. Shouldn't have beaten Stevenage. Shouldn't be here at all. But they are, and they're winning. But Corn wins the ball in midfield. Does he then? They'll take the ball away. Corn goes down, but Yandola's going to try and run it safe. But Boabo actually, that's a strong challenge going in from Court, but he runs from an Ipswich player. It's Burns to Chaplin as they look for the equaliser here. Off to Morsey. Morsey to Davis. Leif Davis curls the ball in, away by George Fowler. Oh, this is like every clearance is like a goal here for Maidstone and their fans. Got to hold it. Well done. Done well, Dooku. Hoyt tries to clear it. It's deflected back to Fowler. Headed forward. That's fine from Dooku. Yeah. There's no one forward of him, but 89 minutes. Ipswich will have to take time bringing it back. We're in the last minute of normal time. It's Ipswich Town 1, Maidstone United 2. They've twice been ahead, Maidstone. They didn't care that Ipswich equalised. They came back and scored again. Here's Leif Davis, left-hand side. Sam Morsey floats the ball into the area. Header coming in from Burns. Saved by Coverland. I thought for a moment it was past Lucas Coverland, and the Maidstone goal. He's reached out the left paw and clawed it away from a corner. He's been immense. Every Maidstone player has played their part. It's an astonishing effort. I think George Fowler has just pulled up with cramp. They are running on empty here, Maidstone. How many stoppage time minutes will there be? They still lead. A corner to face now. They have to defend this. Coverland goes down again. This is just unbelievable. I mean, we've both seen a lot, Matt, in football, but this has to be right up there, doesn't it? I mean, in terms of FA Cup shocks, we could talk about the history perhaps later, but this is one of the biggest, surely, and in the context of these two teams. Ever, Matt. Astonishing. I mean, it really is. 8 minutes. Ooh. 8 minutes. George Elokobi has just applauded his team on after that. Davis curls the ball into the near post. Away by Fowler. It's Clark. Just close it down. Davis. Stop the cross. Davis curls the ball in, but it doesn't look like a harmful one, though. Taylor takes it down, shoots, comes off a Maidstone player, comes off the back of Harry Cipriano, just throwing everything in front of it. It's another corner. Yeah, these are going to be 8 very nervous minutes. Just got to put their bodies on the line. Everybody's got to just do everything to keep that goal intact, the integrity of that goal somehow. The tension here as Davis swings the ball in again. Header from Dooku this time on his full debut. Well done, away Dooku. For a corner, has got underneath it and it's away. Yeah, and that's what you want from your big rangy centre forward, to get under one of those, Matt. A minute played of the additional time. And another one gone down. Yeah, it's a pie has gone down with cramp, I think. And I know why the Ipswich fans are frustrated, but these are players that are not training at the levels that Ipswich are, and they have been absolutely run ragged here. Yep. Run their hearts out. Broader comes near post. That's a poor header. He's got free at the near post, but we'll take it. And Maidstone. That's another 30 seconds going to take for that one to be taken. Coverland, Again, I'm saying even credit to Maidstone for that, because Ipswich are not finding the opportunities they wanted. They're snatching at things now. This is of Maidstone's doing. Really this is a non-league team who have come to a championship high flyer, a team with pretensions to the Premier League. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And they are beating them. It's unbelievable. Sam Corner urging the fans on, saying, "Come on, let's guide us through these last few minutes. We need you." And they're responding. The fans opposite us, Matt, has responded to Sam Corner's exhortations there. What a beautiful sight that is in the sunshine, bouncing up and down these Maidstone fans. Forward, Twanzebe heads away. Welling, Gavin Hoyt. Yeah, Court's there as well, Gandolo. They're just all scrapping for the ball now. There's no real formation, I think, ahead of the back four, or back five rather. Everybody else just needs to win the ball, but now Ipswich do come forward. Got to get back. Burns, right-hand side. Curls the ball into the area, comes through to Taylor, heads into the arms of Coverland. And I keep saying it, you just wonder, there's opportunities like that. Jack Taylor, good player, midfielder, used to making breaks late into the box. He's 6 yards out, he's got the goal in front of him, hits it straight to the keeper. I mean, it's just, I don't think I've seen a more incredible game of football, actually, for terms of kind of drama and intrigue, really.
what's going on here is something special. Is special, Matt.
This is nonsense, quite frankly.
It really is nonsense.
And
it defies logic.
It's beautiful football nonsense. Here's Hoyt forward towards Dooku. Edmondson shepherds the ball off. Dooku gets the challenge in, and actually that's good again from Dooku, just sticking to his guns. As I said, he's absolutely he's now asking for some help with his cramp, but Ipswich are going to bring the ball away, and they don't have to stop here. They're down to 10 for a moment. Dooku is limping, but again it's time off the clock that Dooku's taking the ball out with him. It's Taylor Davis for Ipswich, curls the ball into the area. Broadhead will try and turn. Greenwich is there. Taylor's there. It's bounced off a Maidstone leg. Sam Corn on the edge of the box just works it wide. Boabo's taking it off him.
It's going to be a free kick to Ipswich.
Yeah, I think Sam Corn has kicked against Boabo there as well.
He's going to be booked.
He's got cramp in his calf.
Oh, it's just putting the... Yeah, no, this is...
Real
tense.
Pain on the face of Sam Corn there. One of those where Boabo is quick as the ball. Corn's already going through the challenge and has basically hacked him down because of it. Referee's kept his card in his pocket, but this is such a threatening position. 4 minutes of stoppage time to go, we think. Perhaps added time if there may be, but at the moment another tense moment in an afternoon of such tension, but also magnificence from Maidstone. Here is Davis with the cross, comes in, it's headed away by Maidstone at the near post. That was such a delivery.
Header.
You're right, it's a brilliant delivery, it's a brilliant header away.
It is a brilliant header away. Defensively, Maidstone have been absolutely superb. It's the only word I can say to describe it.
Clark back to Walton. They're almost on halfway, all the Ipswich defensive line, and goalkeeper at the moment, Morsey. They'll try and stay patient, but that's a poor touch from Taylor. Yandolo flicks it off Morsey. It is handball as well. Morsey not pleased with the referee. You picked it though, Matt. Yandolo's done brilliantly there. Yes. First to get possession of the ball. It's come to Morsey. He's handled it. More time off the clock. It's 3 minutes of stoppage time left, allotted by the referee. I think there'll be more because Mason are deliberately throwing the game down as well.
Absolutely. George Elokobi there, still up, directing traffic, shouting his instructions, urging his players on as only he can, Matt.
Maidstone have a free kick. It's Ipswich 1, Maidstone United 2. The non-league team against a team pushing for the Premier League. As it's to Dooku now from Gurung. He tries the ball back. Gurung won't get that, but Clark has to go back to his goalkeeper or back to his defensive partner, Twan Zabi. The Ipswich fans getting a bit restive now.
Yeah,
they're looking down the barrel of what will be a humbling defeat against a non-league side. Absolutely.
One of the biggest shocks in the entire history of the competition, Matt. It has to be.
A humiliation for a side like this. Absolutely in such fantastic form. Mason have come. They fought alongside them, they've taken their chances where Ipswich haven't. Cipriano with a tackle, takes it off Wes Burns' toe. Ipswich have a throw deep in the Ipswich half.
I mean, now it would be cruel, Matt.
Well, it really would, but they are persisting here, and Maidstone all on their heels. Angle ball into the area, Broadhead with a flick header. Coverland saves, gets down to his right. I think Gavin Hoyt just going up to his goalkeeper and applauding low down. Almost in tension, can't quite believe it, but they're still 2-1 up. 96 and a half on the clock, 98 the referee said we'd play.
Just hold on to it, Lucas Coverland. Just hold on to it. Take all the time you need. Take a booking if you have to.
Sam Corn, George Elokobi's representative on the pitch. They're shouting to his teammates to concentrate. Flick forward by Hoyt. Yandolo can't get anything on that. And Twan Zabi has the ball. We are in cruelty territory now for Maidstone. They lead 2-1. We are in the last embers of this game now. 97 on the clock. A minute, maybe more of this game to go. Davis coming forward. The whistles from the Maidstone fans. The tension rises as Ipswich come forward. Davis to Morsey. Morsey. Edmondson towards Clark, right hand side for Burns. Cipriano goes out there. Burns goes one way, goes the other, gets past Cipriano. Cross comes in, header comes in, clutched out of the air by Lucas Coverland. Huge roar from the Maidstone United fans across the way. Wasn't a powerful header, ends up with Coverland. The Maidstone fans absolutely in ecstasies. 20 seconds to go of the stoppage time allotted, and then it will be added time to added time. Maidstone lead by 2-1. We are on the brink of one of, if not the biggest shocks in FA Cup history.
It has to be, and what the Maidstone fans recognise the significance of that moment, Matt.
Dooku's in the corner as well. He might just got to run out time.
It's
it! Oh my word! Maidstone have won it! Ipswich 1, Maidstone 2. Shirts come off for the Maidstone players, running towards the mass ranks of those Maidstone fans on the far side in the cobble stand here at Portman Road. That is astonishing. There are almost no words. It's crazy. They've humbled a side on the brink of the Premier League. Maidstone United, they don't know when they're beaten. Ipswich came in waves. They had chance after chance. Maidstone had two, both taken with incredible composure. First by Lamar Reynolds to open the scoring just before half-time, and then even when Ipswich equalised, Sam Corn, the midfielder, getting in the box on a late run to push it past Christian Walton. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it's happened. It's nonsense. It's wonderful, magical football nonsense here at Portman Road. It's Ipswich 1, Maidstone United 2. We may never on BBC Radio Kent see an upset like this. The footballing world, the FA Cup, has rarely, if ever, seen an upset like this. This is a magical day.
Oh, Matt, absolutely. I mean, words fail me. That is an absolutely superb achievement by Maidstone United Football Club. We talked about possibly avoiding humiliation, doing themselves proud, enjoying the day, all those cliches. Well, they've done all that and more. They've come to the fantastic Ipswich Town side, high flyers in the Championship, a brilliant football club, a brilliant footballing team, and Maidstone United from the National South. Let me say that again. Maidstone United from the National South, who lost to Havant and Waterlooville, who lost to Slough, who struggled to beat Braintree, have come to Ipswich Town. Matt Cole, they've done it. Maidstone United have done it. They're in the 5th round of the FA Cup, Matt. They're in the last 16. The last 16 of the FA Cup.
It's astonishing.
It is astonishing.
We were talking about the stats. 732 teams started this competition. Maidstone came in the second qualifying round in September, and we said they're down the last 32 out of 732. How amazing is that? How amazing. What an occasion. Everyone was talking about. We were talking about the occasion. It's just going to be a great day out, whatever happens. Even if they lose 4 or 5, it's going to be incredible. It's a level beyond that. They're in the last 16. Just maybe. Well, dare we look ahead? Let's just enjoy it.
Let's enjoy
I'm
this,
getting
Matt.
ahead of myself.
No, but we will do that, Matt. We will project. But for the moment, those Maidstone fans, it's in dreamland. Those players celebrating with the fans, those 5,000 fans opposite us, the amber and black players out there celebrating. George Elokobi, what a moment for him. They love him. They take him to his hearts. George Elokobi, the king of Maidstone. He can have the freedom of Maidstone tonight, Matt. He's been absolutely brilliant. Maidstone United have been brilliant. 2 fantastic goals. What can we say? It's brilliant.
Just the celebrations in the corner now, the far corner as we look at it. As I said, those Maidstone fans all on the stand opposite from us, and the top tier, the 5 and a bit thousand of them in change, and the players, the ones in the lower tier, the fans there are just mobbing their heroes as they go across. It's not quite the scenes we had at the Gallagher. They're not all allowed on the pitch today, but what celebrations. What a moment for this team.
Brilliant, Matt, and brilliant for the FA Cup as well. Brilliant for Kent, brilliant for Maidstone, brilliant for George Elokobi, brilliant for players like Sam Corn, Lucas Coverland, brilliant. Paul Apaya, what a game Paul Apaya had at the back for Maidstone. He epitomised the spirit of this game, channeling his inner George Elokobi in the heart of defence. Look at this, Matt.
They are bouncing up and down. Is that Gavin Hoyt and Paul Apaya? They are just literally dancing in the
with a jig of delight.
Just beside themselves with excitement and delight. And there's players obviously emotional. They're players that have gone through the ringer. There's an extra adrenaline, a boost obviously from the final whistle, but you wouldn't be at all surprised to see some just have a lie down at this point, let alone be dancing around the pitch.
It's
great.
extraordinary.
Cheered Zenelin, one of the substitutes not used today but really important at the end of that Stevenage game when he came on as a sub. They're celebrating out there with them. The Maidstone fans are just having the time of their lives. Lucas Coverland is in front of the TV cameras now, the Maidstone goalkeeper.
What a
wonderful
game he had as well. Had a great game, Matt, didn't he? But a magnificent day for Maidstone Football Club. I'm so delighted for those fans over there. You know, they came to, you know, they're always making up the numbers. Oh, exactly, we'll have a nice day out. They were brilliant, Matt. They weathered the storm in those first 10, 15, 20 minutes. They got their noses ahead. It was absolutely incredible. What a goal by Lamar Reynolds. Seems a long time ago. Took it fantastically well. Ipswich came back. Parity was restored. Then we thought normal service would resume. Ipswich would go on and win. Sam Corn takes his game brilliant. And they hung on. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Every element of this was against Maidstone when they came into it. And we can go back to it again. Maidstone, this is not a cobbled together team, but they've got a striker that's been with them a week, and he's on the pitch because they hadn't got any other fit or not.